What's up, everybody? Nice Guy Podcast in the house. You know what we do. Wrestling every night, every Wednesday, Thursday. We got Marty Clay.
Happy to be here, brother.
That's right. And we got
James Strong.
That's right. And you're training?
I am. Training for a few months now.
I hear that. Everyone's got to get the reps in.
Yes, sir.
And Marty, you're Marty 4 belts.
Yes, sir.
You hold the APW Heavyweight Championship, the Exhibition Championship, TCW Tag Team Championships, and what's the fourth one?
The USWF Commonwealth of Kentucky Championship.
Man, I tell you what, you impress us.
I appreciate it.
Where's that belt out of?
The USWF?
Oh, USWF.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Jimmy Walls.
Yeah, I know that.
That's his.
I know. I just didn't hear I didn't hear it.
Yeah, we love Jimmy Walls. When he
We-
came onto the podcast a couple of months back for the Cabrera Soup Show, he blew us away.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
He started out quiet, and next thing you know, he's like, "Hey, baby, this is a red X inside the house."
Yeah, when he turns it on, man. And we're getting up on the fair tours, coming up. There's, I don't know how many dates there are, but anybody that wants work in Kentucky, if you get on those, you're going to have plenty of work.
That's right.
It's like, I think the first week of June, I'm booked. The 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, maybe. Like the entire first week of June, I'm booked up.
I hear that. That means that you're going to be busy.
Yeah, I mean, you have Jimmy running the fairs out around this area, and then Terry's running the western side fairs. It's like, you can
That's a
get
good
work
combo.
if you want it,
I left
Exactly.
I went down to get those headphones, but they're in my backpack at my house.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, let's start the show over. What's up, everybody? It's Nice Guy Podcast. You know what we do? We watch wrestling. It's Wednesday night. We watch wrestling. We talk to wrestlers. We got Superfly Johnny Lee in the house.
What's up? What's up?
And we got our special guest, one of our favorite guys that we watch wrestling to have in the studio, Marty Clay.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Marty
man's
Clay?
curve.
And you have
James Strong.
Yep.
James Strong with us.
Yeah.
He's still training, right?
Yeah, I've been training for a couple months now.
You getting those reps in.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
sir.
from the same town I'm from. We've been going over to Somerset, getting some training in with Jimmy.
Yeah, I've met you a couple times.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
set up the
I've
ring
been
a lot. You set up the ring a lot.
Yeah, that's what you gotta pay your dues, man.
Hell
That's
yeah,
right.
hell yeah.
Paying your dues is a way of getting respect.
Yeah, you getting this guy to teach you?
As much as he can. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, he's incredible.
Hey, Kirkpatrick, what's up?
Yeah,
He said, "Hey guys."
I always tell people I'm not a trainer. Like, I can help.
Yeah.
I'll go over and I let Jimmy tell him what to do, and then I usually show him an example.
Yeah.
It's kind of how we run those trainings. Like Jimmy runs it, and he's like, Marty, show him how to do this.
Yeah, yeah. But you're incredible in the fucking ring, dude. Dude, from the first time I saw you to now, you're just amazing. Like you get better every time. I know you put in a lot of reps in. Like you're probably doing what, 2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually 2 at least.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying is like he is one of the best in the state, right?
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and say it. I don't think he'll say it to you, but I truly believe he's one of the best in the state after going around.
We do
And-
too.
Oh yeah, we definitely do.
And
Out of the
thing
state
is-
too. Like one of the best traveling everywhere.
I appreciate
But-
it.
You're going to Texas a lot too now, right? You've been down there a couple times with
I went
John, right?
the one time with John. I haven't been back since.
Yeah.
But I mean, if the opportunity comes
When
up,
we first met you, you came in the podcast and you were so quiet.
Yeah.
You've came. I'm telling you, with
You
like
come a long way.
the wrestling, is natural to you. But like when you came, like as far as on the mic, as far as talking to the crowds and stuff, you
Hey.
have like. It's been almost a year since you've been on here. Like you've been on a couple times, but like have your own episode. You amaze me on how like your personality's changed and you became such a star. Like and you take the crowd really good now. Like when I first met you, it was really quiet. You was really quiet when you first came on the podcast, and like you're a totally different guy now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, I think a year or so ago, I was still trying to figure out like who I am in the ring, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just me in the ring. I'm not a gimmick or
Yeah.
anything. I'm me.
Yeah. That's what you said the last
That's
time you was in
right.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really have a gimmick.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is not a character. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm being me, and I really love wrestling. And I put a lot into wrestling, and
Yeah.
I think people can tell that, and that's why they love me.
It's easy to have you in here because like some guys like
Yeah.
you know they don't want to. It's easy to interview you because like you are you,
Yeah.
and some of the guys are like they're their character,
Or
or they're not their character. Like it's kind of like I want to be in character the whole time of the whole podcast, and you know my guests don't want to like my fans don't want to see that. Like
Yeah.
they don't want to see the character. They get to see the character in the ring and at the shows. And they want to know who Marty Clay is. They want to know who,
Yeah.
you know, you guys are. Like, you know, I was watching an interview with Joe Rogan the other day, and he was like, Jelly Roll was talking about, like, Stapleton.
Yeah.
He was talking about, he's like, I never heard the guy talk before until he came on your podcast. He said, that's why I love doing, like, watching your podcast, because you get to get 3 hours with a guy or 2 hours with a guy that you never get to hear talk. Like,
Yeah.
these guys only get to see, these fans only get to see you. And when you come on this podcast, you get to see you for 2 hours. They
Yeah.
get to see you maybe 15 minutes a match or something, 15 minutes a night. Maybe you have a promo or something. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I want to do here is kind of
Exactly.
like let everybody know who Marty Clay is. Let him talk. Let him know who you are. And that's what this podcast is about, right?
and
here.
like Anthony Press said, Marty Clay's on fire right now.
He is on fire. You are on fire, dude.
I appreciate
Like
it.
you, like
Just think,
so. What do you take? Like, how did you change that attitude? Is it work? Is it the hours you put in the gym? Is it the reps you put in
I
there?
just,
Is it the confidence of like looking better as
Yeah, I
far
think
as
it's
jacked?
I think it's just more confidence. Like, I used to worry about sounding cocky, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like, I realize it's not cocky to say that you're good, you
Yeah.
know, like I'm good.
Yeah,
Like, I don't care to say that.
yeah,
It's like, I don't feel like I'm coming across as cocky
yeah,
by just saying, yeah, I'm pretty good. You know, I put a lot of work in to be good.
yeah.
So it's
you've
not
been
really.
here 4 years, and look at you now. You're already outdoing most of the guys that's been here longer than that.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna talk down on anybody.
No, we're not.
But it's
we're not
like-
here. We're not here to talk about anybody. We're not
Yeah.
here to talk about you.
I mean, just like me personally, like I don't try to put down on anybody.
yeah,
But used to, I thought it would be bad if I bragged about myself, and it's not really bragging. It's just like I've put the work in. You know,
Yeah,
I've earned the right to say I'm good. Like I know I'm pretty good. And like
And
I
it
don't really
shows.
care. Like the people that'll get pissed off about that really don't really matter.
no,
To
they
be
don't.
honest, like
no,
if they get pissed over somebody saying
like
they're
your
good,
fans love you, dude. We
Yeah.
was down at we were down in Hazard. We went down to Hazard to watch you wrestle. Cal Maggard invited us to come down to do a live, you know, and we did the live, and he let us interact with the crowd a little bit, and you know, those people love you down there. Like that's your hometown, right?
I live next town over,
Yeah.
but
And-
that's where like they've watched me grow up. You
Yeah.
know, like
I liked after the show you was just walking around, and I liked to and I was filming you a little bit. Just I don't know if you was noticing or not, but I was filming you a little bit, and the way I was trying to just get the way that the crowd reacts to you, because like nobody else they weren't doing what they were doing to you. Like all the crowd was like following you, and then
Yeah.
and then they would like follow you out into the hallway, and then like you come back in, they follow you back in, and then I was like, I was walking down the hallway to the bathroom, and there was like a gang of like 5 or 6 little girls, and they were like, "Oh my God, here he comes!" They were talking about you, and I was
Yeah.
like, "That's incredible, dude! That this guy's got that star power down in this little
Yes.
town."
Yeah.
But you seem to have that everywhere. You know, I think they do you like that in New South. A little bit down there too.
Yeah.
I wish the crowd was better down there. We
I
need to
think
get them people
it'll
down.
pick up.
Oh, definitely
Yeah.
pick up. Like they're
Yes.
doing professional style. Like
yeah.
it's just different what New South is doing down there and what Kyle's doing down in Hazard, or UCW is doing down. They're all just doing something totally different,
Yeah.
and that's great. That's what we all need.
Wrestling is, you know.
Yeah.
I think like
Exactly.
you'll hear like a lot of people online be like, "Oh, that's not wrestling. That's not wrestling." Like
Yeah.
if the fans love it and they're into it,
Yeah.
then it's wrestling.
I
You know,
love
like
that
the
it's.
way I look.
I love that everybody's different. Like you'll go down and watch, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, and then you'll go to UCW, and it's totally different. They do a
Yeah.
totally different job. You know, Cal likes to do a shorter show. Anthony likes to do a longer show down in the New South, and he has a lot of star power. But down in those, like when you have a whole gymnasium packed full of, like, that place was incredible. Like the fire in the crowd, you get out there and you wrestle,
exactly.
like you feel it probably
it's
more than
awesome,
anybody. What's that feel like when you come out of that curtain and the crowd is like,
The way I always compared it to, because I played basketball in high school, it's like
yeah,
you just hit the game winner. You
Yeah.
know, it's like that kind of moment the entire time. When
Yeah.
they're up for you the
Yeah.
whole time, it's like you just hit the game winner.
yeah,
And you just keep hitting game winners. It's
Yeah.
like every move you do when they're that hot for you, you're hitting a game winner. They're going nuts. You know?
I think me and
That's right.
Johnny both have that too. We have where we're in front of a crowd, we can just step it up.
Dude, you killed it on
Yeah.
the intro there.
Yeah.
I want to see a video of that.
Yeah, Johnny
Did you
had a
get
little bit
video
of it.
I got
He got a little bit of
I
it,
was
but he didn't
standing
get me.
there. I think I was talking to
we talked
James.
about that
We
on
were
the way
standing
down
at the table. I was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
Cal just
Andy
kind of
is
like
killing it.
Cal just kind of like handed me the mic. He's like, fire up the crowd. I was like, all right, cool.
you could see, like, too, the moment where it was like, you just talking to you feeling it. You
Yeah.
know, once they started getting up for you,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a flip switched on you. You know, and it's,
It's incredible. Like you just feed off the crowd. I understand what
Yeah.
what you do,
Yeah.
and I understand what. And I've been in front of crowds before, and probably not that big, but I just don't have fear of crowd like
Yeah.
that. I
And
can
that's-
get up in the stage.
that's how it is, man. Like a match is so much easier
Yeah,
when the crowd is into it.
Yeah.
Because you can feed off that.
so
You
much
can tell,
more fun. I'd say.
Like, you can tell when they want something.
Man,
That's
they
right.
were
Like-
they were hot over Oliver and those guys. Like
Yeah,
those
they-
guys were they were hot.
Oliver-
The crowd was hot
If-
over them. They
if
were
Oliver mans up and takes another match, I mean, that's going to
Yeah.
be a sellout. That's a big money match there
Exactly.
now. If he will man up and take the match, he's
It's a real shame that he
online
was
saying
hurt.
it's over, but it's like,
He wasn't hurt.
dude, it's not over. You didn't finish the job. You
He
know
didn't
what I mean?
even
Like,
he didn't even get in the
literally
he didn't do
all
nothing.
he did was toss a flag.
And
Yeah.
he wasn't hurt at all because,
Then they sneak attacked him,
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like,
Because,
once I grabbed a hold of him, here comes Ben with the flag.
yeah.
Yeah.
Literally broke the flag over my back. I don't know if you guys
Exactly.
seen how
I
hard
saw
he hit
that.
me with the flag.
Yeah, I
It
saw
broke.
that. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the match, he was holding the two broken ends.
Yeah, the flag broke on my back.
Those guys got
And-
such heat down there. Like
That's
they were
because-
going against you. Of course that you had everybody loved them down there, but they were feeding off the crowd because
Yeah.
like they put on a really good show as far as like being heels, man. They were like they were feeling it. Like
Yeah.
they were professionals. Like you can see that Oliver Gunner is a professional. Like and he's great in the ring too.
And
Like
he'll
they
be
were out
feeling
there
it when
doing
Mark Clay gets them.
they were out there doing a little interview with us beforehand, and then I
He said, "Hey, is that Mark Clay?" And next thing you know, I was like, "Oh."
they're mad. I think
course
they're
they were.
I think they're mad at me now, but like I did seriously think that you was coming in. Like I really did. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I think I really did see you come in. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right. I think that they're jealous because Mark Clay had the star power, and they were just a little bit, how you say, short-sighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that show down there in Hazard, dude.
It's
And-
always rocking in Hazard like that, man. It's like
It is.
they love it. They love
and that
wrestling.
school was nice. That school was
Yeah.
super nice.
That's
and-
only been built like maybe
think
10 years. or
Yeah, I
something.
think Kyle said 7. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was so nice to us when we came down there, and
that's where Kyle coaches.
yeah,
He coaches the boys team there.
yeah, he was so nice to us when we came down there, and was like, I helped him fix the sound system where it wasn't humming so bad.
You did a great job on that, by the
Yeah,
way.
and he's just great with us all. And he messaged me afterward. He came up to me and made, what do you think? What do you think? And his match was amazing.
Yeah.
Like
It really was.
in Noble coming out and being that was a great pick. Like, how could you pick another that guy's loved down there just as much as he probably loved as much as you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kyle and John, they're both like
Yeah.
big parts of the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they're bigger into the community than I am. You
Oh,
know?
definitely,
Like, I'm just,
yeah.
I live there, but I don't really.
You're just a star, like
They're
you're
like-
a wrestling star.
yeah, they're like.
Well, they're
actually-
wrestling stars too, but
Like,
like,
I mean, of course, if something happened, I would help with the community, but I'm just not as involved with the community as they are. You know,
Yeah.
they're doing like both of them head coaches and all that. You know,
Yeah.
they're just
yeah. John Noble,
They're
when he came
intertwined,
out,
like-
like the crowd popped. Like he couldn't have picked
He's
a
a
better.
legend.
He couldn't have picked a better.
he's awesome, man.
Like for that town, he couldn't have picked a better mystery.
Yeah.
Get a match guy. I
There
guess.
was no one better for him to choose.
I
he
told
said.
John he needs
He's a
to.
great guy.
I told him he needs to get to New South Tiny was talking about it. We're gonna try to get John at New South.
Oh, that'd be
Noble?
great.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tiny.
John Gilbert's actually tuned in. He said, Marty Clay.
John Gilbert.
My best
Yep.
friend.
John Gilbert, what's up, John?
He got screwed over at Henry's. Don't know
Yep,
if you guys
I know.
seen that.
I heard that. Shay Romines has been saying for months.
Yeah, they
John,
lost the
if-
belts,
if-
didn't he? He
if
lost those
Henry-
belts he's had forever.
If Henry didn't have me fighting his best friend, well, that's a big
Yep.
coincidence. I'm fighting Henry's best friend.
Yep, Crash Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I wasn't
Oh.
fighting him, I would have came out and helped John myself.
That's a hell of a
Exactly.
match. When is that going down? That's going down soon.
That was
It
last
already
Friday.
happened.
Oh, did you
beat
win?
him.
Oh,
Already
you
him.
beat his ass. Okay.
That's
all
his
right.
already
first title
beat him.
defense.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
No, that was my second title defense
Oh, your
because
second
I
one?
beat Henry at.
Oh,
at
yeah, I
Gym Next.
remember
That's
now.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. You've already defended that title
If you know
twice.
something, you won the title, and he tried to take the title from you immediately, April 29th, and now he put you against
I've
his best friend.
I've had it a month and I've defended it twice.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna keep on stepping it up. From
How's
there.
that? How's that not a champion to be proud of though? Like Henry
You
acts like he
are.
don't want me to be his champion. How's that not somebody to be proud of?
I can't.
Exactly.
And Marcus gets another shot, don't he?
Of course he does.
Yeah,
you
of
know?
course.
I mean,
Yeah.
Don't you find it
he'll probably
convenient,
keep getting shots.
I've seen him training. Like he's been training down there at Planet 10th Planet down there in
He
Berea.
trained a lot before our first two matches too.
Yeah.
But he
yeah.
was eating Taco Bell too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Taco Bell, man.
The
I
Taco
guess,
Bell
I guess
gets
I'm
you.
gonna have to beat Marcus up until he decides himself that he don't want anymore,
Exactly.
Exactly.
and tells Henry, "Please don't put me back in the ring."
Well, they'll
with
probably put you in a handicap.
Yeah.
Match against him and
this. Yeah,
Marcus together, probably.
be like,
John Gilbert said, that damn Henry Shaw.
yeah. Yeah, eventually, it wouldn't surprise me if you guys don't see Marty Clay versus the entire APW roster for the APW title.
Yeah,
That's
I
how bad,
guarantee it.
I'd see him in a
how
handicap.
bad Henry wants to get that title off of him.
Him and Marcus in a handicap match against you, and then like have everybody else being a lumberjacks. I'd say I'd see something
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly. I could see that. And you know what?
And
If
make
he
you
try-
tie one of your hands behind your back.
Yeah,
if he tries to cheat, he'll just say, well, it's for the good of the company. I'm Marty. You want to take him on, so here's the entire roster.
yeah. I mean, it's untelling what Henry might do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
And somehow I'm the bad guy at that place. Somehow
I know. I don't know how you're the bad guy. 'cause-
Everybody everywhere else, everybody loves me, but
yeah.
Henry thinks everybody hates me. They don't hate me.
Exactly.
I had people
you
coming
proved
up
that.
to me at APW, and they were like, the little kids, they were like, "We're cheering for you."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Of course you are." I mean,
And you
Yeah, of
had
course.
Marcus's own son.
I'm not the bad guy. Why?
Yeah, like they try to push you as the bad guy down there, but like man, when we were down there at that show in Corbin, like you had more fans than anybody in that crowd. Like your mom was there and your whole family was there, and
Yeah, it's
like
like
everybody was down there.
It doesn't really matter what they say. They can't really tell.
And
somebody
Corbin's
who to
quite a
cheer
bit of trip from
Yeah.
Hazard.
for. Yeah, it's a good little trip.
yeah, it
And
is.
you-
But
CW.
that was the closest I was wrestling at home besides Hazard.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Besides when we came back to Hazard, Corbin was the closest.
yeah.
That first time my family came to Corbin, that was the first time they'd see me wrestle in probably a year.
Really, yeah, because Hazard hadn't had a.
Because they would come to every Hazard show.
Yeah, Hazard hadn't had a
And
show. What'd
everybody's-
you say? Like y'all, 2021?
Thanksgiving 2021.
Yeah, that's been a while.
And
That
every
has
time I would go to Walmart or something, it'd be everybody stopping me. I'd probably get stopped at least 5 times by different people saying, "Hey man, when you guys doing a show in Hazard or Breath It again?"
Yeah.
And it's-
And I'll tell you what, after that show in Hazard, we were talking, we're like, you know what, let's go to Applebee's. And we walked into Applebee's. You should have heard the crowd in Applebee's yelling for him
Yeah.
as
Oh,
we
really?
walked in the door.
Fucking
Whoa.
star, man.
Got
This
a pop
motherfucker's a
at
star.
Applebee's.
That's
Dude,
a star right there.
We get the same treatment. Like when we go to like Hazard or Corbin or something like that, people know us and people recognize us. But
Yeah.
up here in Lexington, nobody fucking cares about us. Like we can go anywhere
knows.
up here, but nobody gives a shit. We'll go down to Lawrenceburg or we'll go to Frankfurt. People, hey, nice guy Andy, guys, nice guy Andy.
I've been noticed a couple times down here
Yeah, yeah.
from
Hell
wrestling.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Frankfurt.
people do notice, but like not like you go to
Yeah, you go
not
in-
like you go to Hazard or
Yeah,
Corbin or
you-
something like that. We went down to Converta, man. Everybody knew who we were down there.
We
We
even
just
had fans coming up.
We
wanting
had
to take pictures.
take
with us.
pictures with us and signing autographs and shit. I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't know the podcast. I knew the podcast got out there, but I didn't know anybody really gave a shit. I guess.
Yeah, I remember at intermission, everybody was like
But yeah.
coming up to me and asking me to take pictures of them with you guys. And I was
Yeah.
I said, "Damn, guys, the roles are reversed."
I know, right? Yeah.
Damn,
That was
y'all more
great.
over than I was.
It feels good when people actually want to
Yeah.
take pictures with you and stuff like that. And
Yeah, it's cool having the fans, man. You know, like,
yeah, yeah,
I don't
That's
see
right.
how some people can just like deny the fans. Like,
yeah.
that's the reason we do this. Like, that's what gives you the thrill.
Oh yeah,
If there's no
Exactly.
fans. Like,
it
during
is.
the COVID era, we tried to run a couple shows, and it was just like
No, I really didn't.
no fans. You know,
I couldn't even really watch like the wrestling shows on
Yeah.
TV when it was COVID. I turned off all like during COVID.
The
I turned off
crowd
pretty
makes
much
it, you
all the wrestling,
Yeah, the
all the
crowd
wrestling
does.
and all the. I was only pretty much watching pay-per-views back then because we were doing pay-per-view watch parties,
Yeah.
and I really didn't know what was going on then. But I was just we were watching the pay-per-views back then.
yeah, the crowd totally makes it, man. Like, even on like WWE, when they went to where was the one with Sammy? Montreal.
Yeah. Well, did
That
you see this
crowd-
backlash?
Yeah,
Backlash was incredible.
Yeah, dude,
the crowd
I
was.
didn't watch it. I
Yeah.
seen on TikTok Carlito's return.
Yeah.
That was like one of the biggest pops I've
Yes.
ever heard.
The biggest
It's
dude,
like-
Puerto
And
Rico
Tommy
was.
Vega.
Yeah.
Backlash, I thought, Backlash is usually shitty, but they went to Puerto Rico and the crowd was crazy. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing else
Singing
like,
along to Bad Bunny's song. It was
Huh?
them singing along to Bad Bunny's song. It's insane.
like when
Exactly,
when
yeah.
Carlito came out. The
Dude,
the
Carlito
crowd
got one of the biggest pops of all
pops,
time. That was
big
insane.
big time pop.
That was actually that. I think them being in Puerto Rico enhanced the pay per view.
Yeah, for sure. That makes the crowd makes it a lot better. I mean,
It made it
Exactly.
so good.
I mean,
They were
it's
talking about let's have Backlash in Puerto Rico every year. Like there's a rumor about that now. I was like,
And now there's a rumor
it's
that they
like
might be
some
doing.
of these cities they go to and the crowd's just dead, and it's like,
yeah.
man,
Yeah.
if the crowd ain't buying it, the people at home, it's
Exactly.
hard for them to start buying
Dude,
it.
I really think wrestling could really do good here in Lexington if there was a place that we could have shows. Like I would love to, like, if I was rich, a millionaire, I'd probably buy the bowling alley over here and
Yeah.
just put a ring in there and then let all the wrestling promotions come to Lexington. Like
yeah,
like have
do like one big mega show a year. or
That's
something.
right.
well have like have one big mega show a year, but have like APW come like 1 month, and then
Yeah.
let Mountain come 1 month, and then let Desire come or future, like let them all just come to Lexington and
Yeah.
put on a show. Like have the ring there and just have the
Kind of
promoter.
like how the arena is down
Yeah.
in Jeffersonville.
yeah,
Yep.
just have
Because
a
they always have that ring set
Yeah.
up, and you can just rent the arena.
yeah. I'd love
And
to have that here in Lexington.
And it's like there's a show in the arena every week.
Yeah,
You know, you'll see a
Exactly.
different show in the arena.
yeah. That's what I would like to do
It's
here in
like
Lexington.
that's kind of deal they got down
And
there.
let
That's true.
everybody just come up and then like not really even not even if I was rich, I wouldn't even really charge. I would just be
Yeah.
like, hey, come and do a show.
Yeah.
I'll take some of the concession money or something. But like if the podcast ever gets big enough where it makes enough money, I'll have a fucking
Yeah.
arena where like the local Kentucky wrestling organizations
Yeah,
can all
straight.
come and like just not charge them anything for the arena and let them make some money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let them actually make some money.
That's what I'd like to.
Because I know that's probably one of the biggest expenses,
Yep.
as far as trying to make some money in
Yeah.
a wrestling show is the
that determines
rent
a lot
the
of places.
venue. Yeah,
That determines a lot of like cities or whatever people run because
Yeah.
of how expensive a venue is.
yeah. I think that Henry Shaw said that he's not even going to run down there at Corbin Civic Center anymore because it's like the insurance is crazy,
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, a lot that determines a lot of it is how expensive a venue is to run there.
Well, like up here in Lexington, when you go over to the ice center, back in the day, KCW used to have over the ice center, they would pack the place. New South, the 3 shows that he had over there, he packed the place. Like it's a great place to have a show, but like it's big enough. It feels like it feels big time.
Yeah.
And it's here in Lexington. Everybody knows where the ice center is, so it was like it was packed.
Yeah.
But like I guess they raised the rent or something. I don't
They
know.
did.
Like,
yeah.
I really think
And
that
it's
they built this new civic center downtown. I think they ought to there's enough room there that they should like section off like part of it, just for like not just wrestling,
Kind of
but
like a ballroom type deal.
Yeah. like and rent it cheap for the community. Like have a community ballroom.
Yeah.
Like so the community like churches can rent it, like community wrestling can rent it, like, and have it cheap. Like they're like for the community.
Yeah.
They make enough money down there that they could do that, you know.
Anthony Presley just chimed in. I think there was $2,000.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
way too much. Like, why?
See, it's like when it's that much, even if you do pack it out, you're still going to be losing money.
Yeah, why? Like, you know, like I know that I know they got to make money because that place is huge, and they probably, you know, like I guess I don't know, ice skating probably. I guess they have the UK hockey games there. Maybe that's what keeps that place going. But
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why places have to like charge, but like if there was a place that was big enough to put on a wrestling, like Lexington would be great, because I know Tony looked at Lexington forever to try to find a place, and he just couldn't find a place that was,
Yeah.
you know, that was, you know,
Yeah, that's
It's way
how,
too expensive.
that's how a lot of those towns are. It's like
yeah,
Just
$2,000
nowhere you
for a
can-
night.
nowhere
And
you can profit.
when he can like rent a $2,000 place for the whole month, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Shane Mines is in. He said, APW, my champion. You know, he screwed up your best friend.
Shane's cool with me. I mean, I don't know. I guess him and John ain't cool, but he's cool with me.
Yeah, yeah.
He's one of the very
need to get
few at
him-
APW that's not against me.
Tell him we need to get him on the podcast at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can get him to call in.
Yeah.
I feel like Shane and John, they might not like each other, but they both like me.
Yeah.
They're
You're right in the middle of that.
They're about two of the only ones at APW that like me, because Henry's turned everybody against me.
I didn't.
Henry Shaw's just mad because
Take over, John.
you are
share this.
a champion.
I need a rap. Ooh.
How's it feel to be Allied Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion now?
Feels pretty good, but it's not surprising. I told him I was going to. I
And
think
they-
that's what makes him mad. I didn't really do anything that bad. I just told him, hey, man, I can beat Marcus, and he didn't like it. And then I beat Marcus, so kind
Exactly.
of proved him wrong.
And
Guess
he's
it
still
made him
mad
mad.
about that.
Yeah. And
He
then
tried-
I beat him. I told him I was going to beat him, and then I beat him.
And if you notice, you were wrestling him, and he was doing dirty tactics, something that he said
Yeah.
you do.
He was the one trying to cheat.
Exactly. And he tried to make you
And-
face his best friend.
And look, if y'all watch, I know y'all were there. You seen that match. They were cheering for me
Exactly.
because it wasn't at his place where he can push his narrative. They were for me.
Exactly.
So he started cheating. But
And he was trying to say, you're the one that cheats. Oh, we got something going on here. We got John Gary says Shane is a little bitch, and Shane Remind said, Henry's mom told me she likes us both, so no worries. Also, Henry's mom has a favorite. You and Shane Reminds are his mama's favorites. You hear that, Henry Shaw, if you're watching?
I had some guy come up to me at APW Friday, and I was just sitting there minding my business, and I guess Henry's got to this guy. He was a fan. He's probably, I think he said he was 20, 19 or 20. He
Yeah.
comes up and he's like, Henry's your mom's favorite. And I said, well, buddy, I would be your girlfriend's favorite if you were all right enough to get one.
Exactly.
If you could actually get one, I'd be your girlfriend's favorite.
I think that he'd be jealous because look at you, you're a physical specimen.
And then he was like, he said, well, maybe we'll get in the ring. And I said, well, get licensed, buddy. I'm doing it. Like, what are you
Exactly.
talking about? Get licensed.
It sounds like
I'm
you
the one
want to-
doing it. Nobody's stopping you.
It sounds like you want to test out just how badass Marty Clay is.
Yeah. I guess so.
But that'd been stupid on him because you've been doing this for 4 years now, and look at you.
Yeah, and then
It-
he said, after I told him get licensed, he's like, well, I'm only 19. And I was like, well, buddy, I started this when I was 18. Like, what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the big deal?
18's where it stops, buddy. Go
Yeah.
on.
That's right. And
You
also,
can get your license. I literally filed for my license the day I turned 18. It took like 2 weeks to come in.
that's right.
And then about a week after that, basketball season ended. And then I started training. Literally like 3 days after basketball season, we went up to Hazard, me and my best friend and John Noble and Kyle. We went up and set the ring up, and Eddie Browning too. And we'd train 4 or 5 nights a week, take the ring back down. Every time we'd train, we'd have to set the ring up and take it back down when we got done. And it's like,
Exactly.
that's just part of it, you know.
Exactly.
The way I seen it, if I wanted to train, that's what we had to do.
Yep. And if you think about Soraya, on AEW. She started wrestling when she was 13.
Well, it's like the New South building. That's great for guys around here because they won't have to do that. They won't have to show up and build it and then take it back down after training because when you've never done it before, you're killed after training. Like, I mean, it's rough on me now when I train. Like, I'm still, because I'm training hard, I'm still, wore out. But I'm not near as down as I would be when I first started. It's rough. Well, James can tell you that first day.
Training,
James was puking on the way home after the first day.
I had to get him to pull the car over on the way home. I was like, man, I can't make it anymore.
And
then for 2 weeks straight after that, I bet you I was stiff as a board walking up and down the hallways.
So are you getting used to it yourself?
I'm used to it now. Yeah.
How often do you get to train?
Right now we're training like officially once a week.
Yeah.
And it gets back to that work ethic because we're traveling 2 hours.
Yeah, we make
to
about
train for 2 hours.
See, that's what I would love to have a place that the ring was set up all the time and
because that's how it is. It's over in Somerset.
We really need a place that's set up all the time, and then everybody have like a membership a month, like just to be like, hey, they can come in.
Yeah, charge like a gym membership, like $30 a month.
Have like a workout place, and then maybe have.
Because if you got enough guys, that would pay for it.
A big enough place to have 2 or 3 rings, like just for everybody just to train. Yeah, that would. I think people would travel just to come up here and train. Like Lexington's not very far. Like, dude, when I went down to Hazard, like they said 2 hours.
It's all interstate.
Yeah.
It's all interstate. Like the last 20 to 30 minutes of it will be, a regular like Highway 15. Little
Dude, it
back
didn't
road.
seem like no time to get down there.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a bad drive. You got to see some like nice scenery, and it was
literally straight down the interstate.
Yeah.
Until like the last 20, 30 minutes.
Like we was bullshitting the whole time, and
the drives are way easier when you're with somebody.
Yeah, we found the Lost Creek.
Yeah, we found it.
Yeah, that's where I live. Lost Creek.
Lost Creek. We found that creek
for most of my life too.
Really?
Yep.
Hey,
We drove through Jackson, and we. I said, Johnny, I found the Lost Creek.
Yeah, we did.
That's where I
It
live.
was right there.
It was right there in front of us.
Joe Monroe said, James,
Y'all were probably 10, 15 minutes from my house.
Really? So over in Jackson, kind of over that way, Lost
Creek.
Lost Creek.
Yep.
Yeah.
We lived. We and him lived probably 5 or 6 minutes from each other. Growing up.
Yeah.
And then the flood hit, and I had to buy a new house and move to a different county and all that.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about that. Like, I didn't want to bring up no shitty things, but like you lost a whole house, right?
Yeah, me and my girlfriend. What happened?
How is Hazard recovering from that? So go ahead.
Well, what happened? Me and my girlfriend. I'm lucky that she's last minute on everything.
Yeah.
Because we hadn't really moved anything in yet.
Yeah.
We were supposed to move in the day after the flood. I was going to go over and pick her up in the truck, load stuff up and start packing it over, make 2 or 3 trips because she was in Barberville.
Yeah.
Where she was going to college at Union over in Barberville. And the day before we were supposed to move in, she went camping with her volleyball friends because she was a volleyball coach over there, like a student coach type deal. And like midnight, my dad wakes me up because my grandma lived on like a floodplain. And I was staying back at my parents' because she went camping. And I think I was supposed to have a show the next day. So I was like, I don't want to stay in Barberville because it's just closer from the house.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go back over to Mom and Dad's tonight. I was like, I don't want to go camping and all that and then go to a show. So I'm there, and I'm just, like, chilling in my old room, and Dad wakes me up. He's like, hey, we'll probably have to go get Mom. Because my grandma lived on a floodplain.
Yeah.
And we're just looking outside, and we're like, yeah. And 5 minutes later, dude, it's up in the yard, and it never got in their yard. Like, my parents had never got in their yard. So we're like, oh, shit, We start putting our clothes on, like, we're going to have to rush out of here. And within 2 more minutes, it's coming in the house.
Yeah.
And it had never even got near the yard. And I called my girlfriend. I'm like running around trying to get service because she's camping at like Laurel Lake. And I'm thinking if it's done this everywhere, she's in trouble.
Yeah, the big flood.
So I'm like running around.
Biblical.
I'm like running around trying to get service. I finally got a hold of her, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, hey, where are you at? And she's like, I was asleep because it's like 3 a.m. by now. Like electric was out, couldn't get no service. I didn't get service till like 3:30. And I just kept calling once I got service until she woke up. She's like, I'm fine. She's like, I was just asleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're washing away over here. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, man, there's trees. Like, you can hear trees just ripping off the ground.
Yeah, it was a big deal when that happened. That was
crazy, man.
around
Craziest
the first
thing ever.
That was around when you first came on the podcast.
Yep.
Like that was maybe a week after.
Yeah, it was,
You had came on the podcast a week after that, and
Yeah.
Cal had came on maybe the week before, and like he was talking about it
it was
like big
crazy,
time.
dude. It
So
was insane.
has Hazard like bounced back? Is it like still bad down
I
there?
think they're in the process of bouncing
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
It's a
The
long
roads,
process.
the
It's-
roads have, like where I live,
Yeah,
they've pretty much not touched the road since 2 weeks after.
yeah,
Oh man.
Like they came over
and
about
it
a
washed
week
his roads
ago.
completely out.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean our
pavement
roads
was
there
just not
was
there.
it was all blacktop.
yeah.
It's a dirt road now. The
Really?
blacktop got picked up. The road is about 4 feet lower than it was originally.
Really?
Like I mean, dude, it was a
It's
war
gone.
zone over there.
Yeah.
Like we walked down.
They still haven't replaced
the
it.
next day when we were like, all right, we've survived. You know, the
Yeah.
rain quit, and my whole family's like, all right,
And
we've
And
made
your
it.
whole house was gone.
Well, my parents' house, it only got about an inch deep,
Yeah.
but
Your grandpa's house, what you was going to move
yeah,
into.
the one we were gonna move in got washed off, and
gone.
he had like a smaller house that he left to my dad, and my dad gave it to me and my
Yeah.
girlfriend. And my grandma's house was right beside his, and it was a bigger house. Both of them got picked up off the foundation,
Shit.
like flipped up sideways. Like
you-
it was there, but it's like
Yeah.
can't do anything with
And-
that. It's literally
Okay.
flipped
a
sideways.
big thing that happened too was the rain had stopped,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the water didn't stop rising.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a big river, everything's coming downstream. I live, about 10 minutes downstream from him, honestly, at the time, and our house didn't flood until I think it was 12 hours after it stopped raining.
Really?
And I didn't live in a floodplain at all.
Yeah.
And it got 7.5 feet in our house.
Wow. Did your house survive?
Yeah. So they, my parents, because I was also living with my parents at the time.
Yeah.
We just moved back from Alabama. My parents stripped it down to its foundation, like,
And just rebuilt it.
and just rebuilt it through quite a few loans.
Yeah. Like so
But-
long, like insurance didn't pay for it.
Well, we didn't have flood insurance.
Yeah.
We weren't in a floodplain.
Yeah.
And water had never come remotely near our house. It had never got in our yard, anything like that. And it got 7.5 feet in our house. My dad, at the peak of it, took a boat and they took a picture of him, and he was like in a boat at the top of the door, sitting like in the boat by the door.
That is
It was
crazy,
Yeah, it was
dude.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It
That is
raised
crazy.
so fast that my wife worked at the vet clinic in
Yeah.
town, and I grabbed our dogs, put them in the car, and my computer, because I just built a computer, and drove them down to the vet clinic. And on the way back home, the state workers or whatever stopped me and was like, "It's over the road. You can't get back home."
Yeah.
So I had to go to my mother-in-law's and stay for a few months.
Really?
Oh man.
So was that like just 100-year flood? Like you think?
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
where I live,
Yeah.
it had never done anything over there. It had never been close to
Yeah,
getting
even if you're-
anybody's house. And there was, which what happened over there,
Yeah.
the coal company had built a pond, and it had busted. They didn't reclaim it, and the pond had busted. So it was like out of nowhere, like the water was raising, and it was like looking normal, and then literally in like 2 minutes it was like just rushing. And over there, I think there was like 66 houses. There's like 32 left. Like that many of them not just got water in them, like washed off,
Washed
washed
the fuck
away.
away,
You can't
yeah.
see them. You go down there and nothing.
Yeah, that's
It's like just open ground, and you're like, damn.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, when I went down there, and it was a big deal to Kyle when he came up here the first time, and you too, you
It's
lost
crazy,
a house. So, we can't forget, guys, about, like, what happened down there last year down at Hazard. Like,
That's
right.
I'm still.
That was the only night where I've actually been thinking, like, might die.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, we may not survive this.
yeah,
'cause it's like,
if you would living in that house,
mean,
you could have
yeah.
been asleep, and
Yeah.
you would have been,
which I'm a night owl anyway because of wrestling. I'm used to driving home at 3 in the morning, so
Yeah.
I'm up till that time anyway at night.
yeah.
But
So
you
it's
can
like,
talk to
thankfully.
anybody from our area, and because most people were asleep.
I'm sure a lot of people had to move away.
Yeah.
A lot of people moved away, but whenever that flood first hit, I've heard stories of people in bed, and then the mattress just started floating. And That's
Yeah.
how they knew that water was in their house.
Wow.
There was one guy who said that he just rolled his house out. Like his house got picked up and moved
Oh,
like
shit.
half a mile down the road, and he just
He just was
couldn't get out.
Yeah.
He got stuck. He was asleep or whatever, and
Oh
he
wow.
you jump in the water. You may as well.
No.
Just sit
A
through
lot of
it,
people lost
man.
their lives during that, didn't they?
Yeah,
There
there
was
was two
two.
right on our creek, like within a mile of my house. Two
Yeah.
people died,
Yeah.
and one is a lady that's not been found yet. She's the only one
Yeah.
left in the state that hasn't been found.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yep.
Well,
And
rest in
then-
peace. God bless them people. God bless Hazard for recovering from that big flood. That was just crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Well, that's something big about our county and our area. We are resilient people, like
Yeah.
truly, because most people in our county, they don't have money.
Yeah.
We come from poor families, so we already know how to survive.
Yeah.
That's something that we've been, just trained from day one.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't speak enough on how our community has come together.
Nicest
for all
people
that.
down there. Like
They really are.
everybody was so nice to us down
yeah,
there.
one thing about it, like after the flood, it kind of restored everybody's faith in humanity around there.
Yeah.
I
Because
bet.
there was
I
a ton
bet.
of people helping.
It's like
Real
saying something.
quick, Kyle Macker said, "Who let these two on the show?"
You can call if you want to, Kyle.
Yeah, you can, Kyle.
They
I
just
think you
came
got
in,
number
they
two.
strong armed us, and you just like
Yeah, we
we're
just
coming on the
broke
damn
in.
show, man.
We just barged
That's how
in.
everybody does. They just nobody's invited. They just show up. No, but that show down there was great.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was glad to see the turnout. It was like I was sitting at the table and it was already packed. Like awesome crowd.
yeah.
And my mom comes in. She's like, "We've been in line for like an hour, and there's still a ton more people." out
Kyle
there."
was
And I
so
like,
excited. He was like, "Man, they're lined up out there. Go look, man. They're lined up out there." He was so excited about
Yes.
it. Like
It was awesome.
I'm sure it
our locker room. Where
he
we
hadn't
were
threw
at
one
there-
in a while, and I'm sure that made him feel
Yeah.
really good.
Well,
Yeah.
you always get nervous.
Yeah, yeah.
Before a show that should be big, you always get a little nervous. Like,
Yeah.
what if it ain't as big as it should be? But it was awesome.
Every time I thought the line was dying down, I'd take another look and it was out the door
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
We were sitting there. I was sitting in the. We were dressing in like the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there like looking out the window because you can see out, but they can't see in
Yeah.
unless they come right up to it. So I'm like sitting there looking and thinking, all right, everybody's in. Then you'd look and there'd be another line. You're like, man,
Yeah.
it's gonna be standing room only before long.
And
Hazard was missing wrestling, man.
yes,
Yeah.
they were. You could tell that night.
Yeah.
Oh, we got someone that wants to call in.
Who's that?
Party man Cam.
Oh,
Nah.
we'll let him.
Kyle
call
can't
back.
because he's trying to please his woman.
Oh yeah, trying to please this woman. Tag me in, Cal. Tag me in.
Andy, y'all may be friends, but I wouldn't say that you're that close of friends.
No. Cal's cool.
He might have to hit you with the finisher after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have prayers for Hazard, Kentucky
Yeah.
ever since last year.
Yeah, man, it was a wild deal. It was crazy.
It really was, especially when Kyle Maggart told us about it.
So you're gonna be at New South this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a triple threat with Mickey Midas and Tyler Lee Deputy.
Oh,
That's gonna be great.
Tyler Deputy. Yeah, we've seen him down at Generation Next a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie Deputy is a great
He's
wrestler.
he's been at UCW and USWF a lot.
Yeah, he was down at UCW when he was down
Converted
there.
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Pre-show.
does a lot of work with Terry.
Yeah.
Hell
Terry's
Yeah,
Terry's so supportive of everybody, man. When I got in my feelings the other day, and I was like, I got to pay the bills around here because Facebook doesn't. They pay us a little bit. They used to pay us a lot more for the podcast. I don't know why they don't pay us as much as they used to. I guess they changed their.
Yeah.
But the podcast is bigger than it's ever been. We
Yeah.
should still be making the money. But then I was like, I can't keep paying for everything. So a lot of people's pitched in and stuff, and then Terry reached out to me and was like, "Man, just keep on going," and he sent me a few messages. We didn't get to talk, but he's such a great guy, such a nice guy. And everybody says he's so cheap, but he offered to pay some money to help sponsor, and I was like,
Yeah, man, like that's
Yeah.
a good joke on Terry, but
Yeah.
he's like always been good to me as far as pay goes and everything.
He's
never-
always did like his shows down there are like were packed, like he
Yeah.
knows what
Terry,
he's doing.
Terry probably don't want me saying it, but like we have a a show with a really big crowd, I'm getting a little extra.
Yeah.
Terry's gonna.
He
Terry
knows
takes,
what he's doing.
He takes care of his guys, you know.
Like that guy is like he's been doing this a long time, and he's always got some really good quality advice for somebody like me or somebody like.
Well, Terry
he
told
talks
me,
to Johnny all
Terry
the time.
told me he wanted to mention on here a bunch of jacklegs. That's like his favorite word.
Jacklegs.
He says jacklegs that don't listen to him.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, Kyle Macker said, you can have prayers, but all we really want in Hazard, Kentucky was a midget.
Hey, I tried to
Ricky
get you
Rowan.
one.
Hey,
half
we tried.
half
but-
shots fired.
That's
Hey,
right.
I thought you wanted
can
the
be replaced.
mouse, but you really wanted a midget.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, and Jonathan Barnes said, hey, y'all. So, hey, Jonathan Barnes, hardest working referee right
Hey,
there.
I'm still looking
I love
for.
having Barnes ref.
I'm still looking for a small guy to replace the Ricky the Rodent.
Yeah,
so.
because the one
But
that
he's
had-
good at it. I don't know. Maybe he'll come back to us at some point.
Maybe. But as we proved, he can be replaced.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he's been replaced yet, but we're trying. Check out our reels. You'll understand what we're talking about.
I mean, he missed out on a huge opportunity by Kyle Mack.
Hey guys, out there in the fan world, if you guys love the podcast and y'all want to help support the podcast, send us some stars. Every little bit helps. Send stars. We'll try to get you. If you send stars, we'll try to get you on the podcast as far as calling in. Go over to the Nice Guy Indie Podcast page and subscribe. It's only $5 a month.
It's
and
right here.
we're going to be posting some behind the scenes stuff. Me and Johnny are starting to create some more stuff. I think during the summer we're going to go down to maybe just one show a week, and we're going to be trying to do some more skits and stuff, and try to do some more comedy stuff.
I don't know if they want to see behind the scenes stuff of Johnny.
Yeah, I know.
I
Right?
don't know if that's something people really want to see.
Yeah.
Or not.
Well, they're
So it's
going to get it.
untelling. It's untelling what this guy does. Behind
We
the
were both in here. Like I was thinking earlier, we were both in here putting that damn Mickey Mouse outfit on, and we were both like half naked. I was like, somebody's going to show up, and they're going to think we're in here freaking like doing some nasty shit.
He's just gonna walk in, turn around, and walk right
Talk
back.
right out. That would be funny. Like,
Hey,
but yeah. If you guys want to support the podcast, go over there and subscribe. That's the best way to do it. If we get like 200 subscribers,
Speaking
man,
of which-
we'll never have a problem with the
speaking of
money.
which, Kyle Mack just sent us 530 stars.
Hell yeah, Cal Maggott's the man. He's awesome, guys. Y'all support Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, guys. Support UCW. Support New South Wrestling, EWA up in Frankfurt,
Allied Pro Wrestling.
Allied Pro Wrestling. Like anybody else you think?
USWF.
TCW,
USWF, TCW.
USWF.
You
Those
named
guys.
a bunch. I'm trying to think who you didn't name.
Those guys are all those shows. I mean, it's all indie wrestling, and you'll see some of the same guys down on some of these shows,
There's
but
like a different vibe.
it's
to
a
every
different
one of them.
vibe. Like it's just a different vibe. You're going to get a different vibe down in New South than you're going to get at UCW. Those guys, UCW, those guys down there, they're old school. They're going to put on an old school match. New South's going to put on a newer style wrestling.
Well, it's like you were talking about, like with me.
yeah,
The guys I wrestle at UCW, I have to work differently against
yeah,
than the guys I wrestle at New South.
Uh-huh.
Like this Sunday, I'm gonna have to fly around
yeah,
to try to beat Mickey.
yeah.
You know, and Tyler's really athletic too.
Oh,
I've
Mickey is
never been in
credible.
the ring with Tyler. I've been
Yeah.
on shows and events with him, but I've never been in the ring with him.
Yeah.
But I know Mickey.
Yeah.
Like
You're going against a high flyer
gonna
and a
have to-
fucking brute.
I'm gonna have to stay quick on Mickey. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna be able to.
Yeah, even
maybe
like
outpower him. but-
even down at Generation Next, you're gonna have like those guys are different.
Yeah, like
that's a
Kellen
different
Craven.
school. That's
Like,
a
you
different
gotta-
school down there. That's a
you gotta
different
go
place.
against. You gotta go against Kellen Craven differently than
yeah,
anybody else.
yeah.
you
You've
know?
took him on in New South,
Yeah.
right?
That's like
Speaking
ahead.
of which, Jimmy Walls just chimed in. USWF Fair Tour starts June 5th.
June 5th, the fair tour like starts. We'll
I think
get.
we have June 5th, 6th, 7th, and maybe 8th.
Hey,
I
soon
know
as-
we have 5th, 6th, and 7th.
we need to get Jimmy to call in, or maybe even get him up here to talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. Get him to call in. Like he don't have to tonight, but we'll get him definitely. We'll definitely be trying to help with help promote those fair shows.
That's
Everybody.
right. And Sean John said, hey, guys.
What's up, man? Sean Johns had to work a little bit late tonight,
Sean's
guys.
slacking. There is no
He said-
excuses.
Yeah, he's slacking
He said he's
tonight.
just
There's
out
no
leaving work.
excuses.
He's just now leaving work.
Yep,
He'll probably
he's
pop by
slacking.
then.
He should have told him he had bigger fish to fry than work.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he was calling her. He's like, I'm gonna be late because I gotta work. Like I'm gonna just quit this job. I said, quit that son of a bitch job. You don't need it.
Exactly.
He's gonna end up like sleeping on my couch and be like, you told me to quit my job, man. Can I sleep in the studio?
His life's gonna go to shambles. It's all gonna be your fault.
It's gonna be my fault. Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
gonna tell
ruined
you.
people's lives.
He
Yeah.
gonna tell you, I'm homeless now because you told me to quit my job. You know what
He's
they
just
did?
gonna have to sleep in the studio.
Hey, free security.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free security could door
All the
be
alcohol
locked.
you want in there. I mean,
Hey, I've slept
it
here
would be
before.
a party.
My wife kicked me out for like 3 weeks. I slept here.
I want to come down here in the winter and hopefully get snowed in here. So
Oh, yeah,
just
and the
have a
podcast?
reason to stay and just.
Oh yeah, we'll just.
I told him you got a whole bar in there.
Oh man, we'll just get out the. We get
Exactly.
snowed in. We'll get out the liquor and we'll
Clear this off. Get a deck of cards out.
yeah we'll just stay. We'll just talk and do the podcast like 24
Yeah,
hours or
Yeah,
something.
just
Yeah,
that'd
do
be
a
great.
24-hour live stream.
Hell yeah.
We'll just have to
Or however
make
long.
sure to keep the mouse suits put up. I don't.
Yeah, we only got one mouse suit. We share it.
I don't know. I don't know if I would want to see Johnny get too wild.
We were before you got here. We were like, I wonder if we can get Marty to put that damn suit on.
I mean, he can put on the headpiece and the.
I know,
just-
dude. My arms barely fit in. You be popping it out, dude.
He'd probably rip his since you be on
Yeah,
flex
yeah.
at one time. But yeah.
So you've transformed your body quite a bit in the last year. You want to talk a little bit about that and like what your routine is and what's your like and did you teach yourself or somebody teach you this stuff? Just give us insight on that.
My dad has always lifted,
Yeah,
and I really just started taking my diet more seriously and eating more.
yeah,
It's like I used to eat fast food
yeah.
3 or 4 times a week when
Fast food's garbage.
I was fresh
Terrible.
out of high school. You know, I was like
Yeah.
young kid, didn't care. I was like, I'm hungry. I'll go to Wendy's.
So
wherever,
what's
McDonald's.
Marty Clay eat?
Well, yesterday I ate turtle.
Turtle's good. Shit, man. I grew up.
Turtle's good.
My dad's
I
from
ate-
Carlisle, Kentucky. I've ate
I
a lot of
some
turtle.
yesterday. I usually eat some kind of meat
Yeah,
every night, whether it be steak, chicken, turtle.
yeah,
I might eat fish,
yeah,
just whatever. In the summer, I always tell people I look the best in the summer
yeah.
because we're like, me and my dad, we do like the hand fishing
Mm-hmm.
and we catch those snapping turtles.
Oh, you do that? You go in
Yeah.
and like, what is it called? Hogging?
Noodling's what a lot of people call it.
My dad used to call it hogging.
There's a bunch of different names.
Yeah.
I just call it fishing.
Yeah,
Because I don't
yeah.
fish with a pole.
Yeah.
That's the only fishing
You were
I do.
telling us about that when you were here before, wasn't you? Yeah,
That's like the only fishing I do. So I just say I'm going fishing. I'm just down in the creek like
yeah, yeah.
pulling these catfish out.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
love
like
fishing.
in the summer I'm eating like fish or like turtle or squirrel or something. Like
Mainly
almost
carnivore?
every day.
Maybe a carnivore
yeah.
diet?
Yeah, mainly.
Yeah.
Kyle Maggard said a TRT is your routine.
What's TRT? What's that?
Testosterone.
Oh,
And Sean
hey,
John
I'm on it.
Sean John said, Marty, you got hosed in Hazard. You had the flag match one until they swindled you.
I know. Yeah, that's all. Only way Oliver can win.
Oh, you
is by
said
swindling.
hosed. I thought
I
he was
he
saying
said hose. I was like, I got a girlfriend. but
Yeah,
Right.
I thought somebody was saying they got
I mean,
hosed
he
at
did say
Hazard.
hosed.
I've had a
was like,
girlfriend
I-
for 2.5 years. I ain't got hose.
I noticed a couple down there.
I said hosed.
I
not
maybe
hosed.
could have, but I
yeah,
don't.
yeah, exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna better give you a match. Otherwise, he's a coward.
I
All
know.
I'm saying.
I deserve another match. He's saying it's over, but
Yeah.
it's not.
No, it's not over. He didn't get in the ring with you. He sent ZDP in there, and that was a good match.
But I
ZDP.
beat ZDP down.
Yeah, you
I
beat
mean,
him
I had
down. Yeah, you won
I
that
hit
match.
Dead man's curve on him. He's
Yeah,
down.
and they switched flags. They took
mean,
down
he-
the real flag and gave him a flag that they had.
He didn't even really. The flag was just laid on him. I don't even think he had possession of it.
No, it
And
was
they rung
they
the
switched
bell.
the flags.
Like I don't
Like
see.
Oliver took down the flag on the pole, and
Ben Shear gave
I love Barnes.
Ben
but I
had
don't-
the other
I don't
one
see
threw
how
on him.
Barnes didn't realize something went on there. I love Barnes, but I don't understand how he didn't.
I
Realize.
don't know if he was.
I don't either.
Which it's on. I mean, I'm not blaming him because the way they are. I mean, that's just how they are.
I don't know what Barnes was doing. Maybe was he knocked out?
No,
No,
I
he's,
think Ben had
he's
him
awake.
distracted.
Hey,
Yeah, Ben
But
had him
I was
distracted.
thinking, in my mind, I just knock this dude out. I can take my time. I go up here and get this flag.
Well,
He's
they had
out. He ain't getting
they
up.
had two flags.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
seen the video of it. And
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
okay, that's
Yeah, they had two flags.
how they did it. I thought maybe Gunner went up and pulled it down and threw it to him. And
No,
then I
Gunner-
looked. I seen the video and I was like, oh,
Gunner grabbed it. I
They
know. I
got
see
me.
Gunner
Okay.
grabbing the. Yeah. They.
yeah. Once I
They
seen the
screwed you
video, I
over.
was like, yeah, they got me. You
Yeah.
know, it is what it is, but it's not over.
Yeah.
I don't know why Oliver's saying that. It's not over.
That's the only way.
So back
that's
to
the only way.
back to the jackness. Like if you're out here, you're like somebody's asking you for your advice. Like, what do you say? Like, just get in there and start lifting.
Just be consistent and do it right.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people that they'll just go in there and kind of move weight. They're not really working out a muscle. They're just moving weight.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
So you got to
That's not
concentrate
really
on what
doing
muscle you want to.
Like I watched a bunch of videos like Mike O'Hearn.
So
and
you're
those
self-taught.
dudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, my dad taught me.
Yeah.
Because he's been lifting. My dad, like, he's jacked too.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But just try to get like that mind muscle connection. Like
Yeah.
think about what you're trying to build and try to do a movement that you can like literally feel that building.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if I'm curling, I want to feel it here. I don't just want to be like
Yeah.
just throwing the weight up. That's not doing anything for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So slow reps.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
And
so
it's
you do a lot of reps, or you just do like a lot of weight,
Well,
low reps.
I kind of do like I think Mike O'Hearn calls it power building.
Yeah.
It's like a mixture of both. Like my bench, squat, and deadlift, I usually go pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Like I don't really take many light days on those. But then like the accessory stuff, like the in-between smaller stuff,
Yeah.
I don't go super heavy on those. Like I'll go heavy on incline bench. But like cable flies,
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to put 200 pounds on there and do cable flies. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
that's more definition stuff. Like the high reps is more definition stuff.
Okay.
And to get some size and bulk, it's
Heavyweight. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
High reps typically will help you burn those calories off to help
Yeah.
lose that weight.
Yeah, it shreds the fat off of
You
it.
at your own gym, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my basement.
Yeah. So you just down there, just just
Like at any time. I love it, man. It's like
yeah.
anytime I'm sitting there bored, and that's helped too.
Yeah.
Because it's at my mom's parents' house,
Yeah.
and they passed away. So that's where everybody's staying now.
Yeah.
That
'cause-
lost their house in the flood. That's where
Oh.
we've been. So and it was like I would have to get up, throw my clothes on, drive like it's maybe 2 miles down the road, whatever.
Yeah.
And it'd be like 10:30, 11 at night, and I'd be like, I don't really feel like getting in the car.
Yeah,
I don't even feel like starting the car. But now it's like, if I'm there at 10 or 11 and I'm like, I'm bored, it's just walk downstairs.
Yeah.
That's
It's
right.
simple. Just walk downstairs, and there you are. You don't
Yeah.
even-
My
Get a
son,
reach
my
out
son's 12, and he's really getting it. He's a basketball player, and he's really
Dude,
getting.
he's good. I seen some videos.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking when you said your son played, I was thinking like a little kid
Yeah,
just getting
yeah.
started in like bitty league or whatever.
No,
I watched him. He's
I
like-
told him to come. I was like, Leland, you need to come and meet Marty. Like, and he's like, I don't know, I might be doing something. It's like I try to get him here tonight, and hopefully he'll be
Man, I
watching
seen
it.
a video. He
Yeah.
looked like
I really
Kobe
wanted
Bryant
to
or
meet. I
something.
really
He's
wanted
like
to meet you because
hitting
he's
faders and draining threes. I was like, man,
yeah,
because
because he's an athlete. And you're an athlete, and I
Yeah.
was like, you got to come and meet Marty. And he was like, he's 12. He just
Yeah.
he like
Exactly.
man,
He's
he was
always
like
busy,
before he was into basketball. He was like, I want to be a wrestler, and I
Yeah.
was like, I know guys that have wrestling schools. I'll get you in a wrestling school. And he's like, and then he started picking up basketball like incredible, crazy,
Yeah.
and like so
Yeah,
like
he's good, man.
yeah,
I seen those
yeah.
videos. I was impressed. I was like, man,
yeah.
that was
So
not what I was
Tell ya.
expecting.
I've been like building him a little gym down in the basement too. So he goes down there and starts lifting, and then he went from this little short, like chubby, fat kid,
Yeah.
like not fat, but like just a little short kid. Like he was a kid, like
Yeah.
like you said, he was a kid, and then like all of a sudden I look up and there's a freaking there's a damn teenager in my freaking like in my house now, and like he's almost like he's taller than my older son. Like and my oldest, he's not as tall, but he's like really close.
Yeah.
And my oldest son's kind of just pissy about it, but he's like he's gonna outgrow him, I think. But he's just skinny, jacked, like he reminds me of you a lot. Like, and I was like, because his hair's long and your hair's long, and I was like, you got to go meet Marty, and I couldn't get him here tonight, but you'll
Bang
definitely get to
here.
meet him.
Taylor Bouchon says, "Hey guys,
Who?
Taylor Bouchon.
Hey, what's up?
That's also
What's up?
Morgan Jane's friend,
But
and
no,
she's
that's-
been to every show.
That's what I was going to say is a lot of people will say, like, oh, no, they're too young to go into the gym.
Yeah.
Like, they're too young to lift weights and all that.
Yeah.
That's just some, like, old, like, wives' tale stuff.
No,
you
no.
know?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
as soon
an
as
old
they show-
mentality. Like,
Yeah, he
don't get in there and
injuries,
hurt
get in
yourself.
there.
I mean, anybody can go in there and hurt yourself. It don't matter what age you are. You know,
I
it's
just
like,
he just woke up one day and I was like, he was like a grown ass man. I was like, oh my god, this is a damn grown ass man living in my house again.
Like you just be smart about it.
Yeah.
I started working out when I was 13.
Yeah.
So it's like I was going through high school. And
Well, me myself, I'm planning on starting to lift a little bit more myself. I've tried to. I got to where I was like about 260, and I've lost a little weight. I'm down to about 240 right now. So I've lost about 25 pounds, and then I'm gonna start like I was, I just kind of take things as slow as I've changed my diet like incredible.
Yeah.
Like I don't eat a lot of sugar. I don't eat hardly any sugar anymore. I don't eat any bread. Like I've cut out carbs completely.
Yeah.
So I was like, trying to, thinking I need to get to the gym. I need to start lifting, because they tell you once you get, I'm going to be pushing 50 here soon. And once you get that old, they just say, hey, just start lifting heavy weights. That way you can stay young, So that's what I'm going to be doing soon.
I tell people not to have a diet, but change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because like a diet implies like you're going to go like crazy on food, like lack of food for a while, and then all of a sudden, I'm going back to normal.
And
that's just not the
well,
way
it's like my diet. What I done was stop overeating.
Yeah.
Like if I want,
you go work out instead of.
But it's like
when you
if
get
I
bored.
if I want a Reese cup or something, I'll eat a Reese cup.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like I'm not gonna sit down and eat 6 Reese cups.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna if I want some Doritos, I'm gonna get like a couple handfuls.
Yeah, small bag instead of big bag.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit down and eat the entire bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
And then you can't out train stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people think you can, but it's like
nutrition.
you don't have to completely cut everything out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like have a decent diet.
Yeah.
And work out consistently.
Well, some people do. It's like, like me, I have to completely, because I have diabetes too. So
yeah,
I got to completely cut the sugar and all all that other stuff, because it's like if I eat like a Reese cup, dude, that just goes straight to my fucking fat. Like it turns straight into fat for me. But like you being young, you can have that stuff because you're not like you're keeping your body under control instead of.
It's like
people eat for boredness.
I'll have a Reese cup, and then that'll be like the only bad thing I have.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'll be eating like steak, or something.
Yeah, you don't have a Reese cup and a Snickers bar.
Yeah, I'm not like, I only have one Reese cup. Now I'm gonna have a Kit Kat and then a Snickers.
Yeah, and then eat some chips too.
Yeah.
Johnny's lost a little weight.
Yeah, I've seen Johnny's been working out.
Yeah, I've been working out because you inspired me.
I appreciate
that.
That.
Like today, before everything, I start doing some 36 reps on.
Hell yeah.
He has a resistance band.
Yeah, and
really
also
did
something on the like that.
I carry them with me.
Yeah.
Before I come out, any match I do.
Yeah.
I'm back there I usually do 25 curls, 25 side shoulder raises, and 25 shrugs with it, and my arms be looking pumped as hell by the time I walk out.
Exactly.
Don't seem like much, but
anything like if you don't have weights and stuff, just get in there and start doing push-ups. Start moving.
You lay down, do 100 push-ups, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah,
it
just
don't matter
move.
Who you are. If I get down here right now and do 100 push-ups, I'm gonna be feeling it when I get done. I'm gonna be sweating and be like, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing
got a
the
decent little
planking
pump.
where you tap your shoulders.
Planks are good,
yeah,
man.
you have to balance and hold yourself up when you do that. I've been doing that lately.
You said you got the resistance bands. If it puts any perspective on there, I done a bodybuilding show once, and everybody in the back before they went out.
You jacked too under that shirt?
I mean, I used to be.
Yeah. He was like a quarter of that size.
Yeah.
When he done his bodybuilding,
I
he
weighed
lost.
in at 180 pounds from a bodybuilding show. Right now, I'm about 240.
Okay.
But in the back, I was a amateur, so I went right before the professionals.
Yeah.
And all these guys back there were gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
And every one of them, all they had to help pump up, resistance bands. They done resistance band after resistance band.
What are you laughing at, John?
I was sitting there well, I guess I'll do some push-ups. I need to get a little bit of a pump going too. But yeah.
Real quick, I got something. Bob Blake said, I'm on a seafood diet. I eat everything I see. It keeps up the illusion. Get back to her.
Yeah, yeah.
Bobby's awesome.
Bobby's great, man.
I'm glad I've got to be around Bobby now. Because I would see him at shows and it would just be shake his hand, respect thing. I knew who he was, but I didn't really know him. But now I've got to actually be in the locker room with him and talk to him. And
he came
cool.
when we started the podcast. He was one of the first guys we had on, and he was like, I'm done. Like, we didn't even know if we can get him on the show.
Yeah.
And because he was quit. He'd done like wrestling. He was taking care of his dad, and he still takes care of his dad. His dad's, God bless his dad. His guy's kind of sick, and he's been a little bit better lately, I think. But Bobby was like, he didn't want nothing to do with wrestling.
Yeah.
He came on the show. He had a great showing on the show. Started talking about the show. Started talking about wrestling and no, I never get back in the ring. I won't even do no announcement or nothing like that. And then he came on with Scott Diamond, and him and Scott Diamond sit here for 4 hours.
4 hours.
I watched
13
that one.
minutes.
I was like, man, I clicked on it and it was like 4.5 hours. I was like, damn.
Yeah, 4 hours, man. They sit here.
And
13 minutes.
I knew Scott,
Yeah.
so it didn't really surprise me that
Yeah.
much. Like, I've known Scott since I started, and I was like, yeah,
I love Scott,
4
but-
hours for Scott ain't really nothing.
I love Scott. You book Scott, my show's
Better
2
have-
hours.
Better have half your day set aside.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you book
tell
Scott
tell
for.
Scott show up at 4 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock.
Last time I booked
And
him,
you'll still finish at 10.
I think last time I booked him, I let him be the host of the show because I had
He hosted
surgery
Give
on
him
my
the
eye.
keys, say here, just lock it up when
Yeah.
you're done, man.
I was here with him.
I gotta go to bed.
And those
Producer and
They went 3
Scott
hours
Diamond.
that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
And
Yeah,
then-
rock.
And then Bobby Blade, I asked him the other day when I seen him, I was like, "Yeah, we got you back in this, didn't you?" He's like, "Yeah, y'all got me
And
back
then
into
he
the
told
fucking
me
shit."
Sean Johns at News House. He's like, "Thank y'all for this. Thank
Dude, you
y'all
can
for
tell
this."
he's having so much fun. Too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
man. We seen Bobby Blade back in the day, man. He was always so entertaining. He can always pump the crowd up. And there's even J.R. Rock is retiring soon. And I told JR, I was like, you don't gotta just be in that ring. There's room
Yeah.
everywhere for
If you really love the
Yeah.
business, there's a place for you anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you
That's
can find
right.
something to do.
help in the back,
Well,
produce
it's
the
like
show.
you guys, I would
yeah.
consider you guys part of the business.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you're not in the ring.
yeah. Well, we try. We
Like,
try.
I
we,
consider you guys part of the business.
We've helped.
Yeah.
We've helped set up and
Yeah.
tear down the rings.
Yeah,
too.
y'all helped with me and Mickey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we try to promote it. We try to put everybody over, and even the guys that don't like us, we've had them on the show, and they kissed our ass while they were on the show, and then they talked
And they
about us.
called us.
But I'm still not.
that's
I'm still not even
wrestling,
mad
man.
at that guy. I was like, if he wanted to come back on the show at some point, hell, we have him back on the show.
That's wrestling, man. People
Yeah.
just
That's true.
Yeah,
they
but
talk
like,
about, they
it's-
talk about you. And it's,
but everybody supports us, and we try to support everybody else. And it's when, I didn't know Cal was having his show down there, and the first he invited us to come down, and I was like, man, I felt so proud of that because he came up to my show, and there was no way that I was missing that show.
I remember when Kyle booked me for it, when he messaged me.
Yeah,
I think my response, he was like, hey, you open for Hazard or for West Perry on this day? And I think my response was, hell yeah, man.
hell yeah.
That's all.
And he
He's
was
like-
he's like, damn, you're excited, ain't you?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm excited.
He did the same thing for us. He's like, y'all coming? Y'all, yeah. Kyle Maggart's asking you to do something.
And not only that, but he offered Ricky the Road a spot for it.
Yeah, he offered him a spot in the show, and I was like, dude, this is a freaking you know how me and Johnny would shit ourselves if Cal said you're gonna be
Yes.
part of the show. Come down and be in the
Dude,
ring
you
and
could
be
tell,
part of the.
you could tell how much you guys love just doing the a little introduction at the start. Like
Yeah.
I said, when
Oh,
you were
yeah.
going, man, you got halfway, and when the crowd started coming up, you could literally just see it
Oh,
just
it
flipped,
fed
you
me
know?
big
It's like-
time. I've been in front
you
of crowds
started
before.
pumping up, and I
Yeah.
was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, let's get it going.
At one point, I thought you was gonna start sprinting around the ring.
Yeah,
I
dude, you
thought
were,
they
It
was.
was
Hey, I was.
you were turning red and everything. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I was.
Me and James were talking on the way down here. You got manager potential.
Oh,
man.
yeah?
You got
You think so?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
you too, Johnny.
What me and Johnny's going to do is Johnny's going to be their manager, and I'm going to be Johnny's manager.
Yep. And when the referee tries to say that he can't be out there, I'm gonna say, "What you mean he can't be out there? He's my
Yeah.
manager.
Yeah.
I'm his
So
manager."
that's the way we're going to get
Every
over
time they try to put somebody Johnny's with, be like, well, let my manager check with his manager.
Yeah.
And then he'll get back to
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that and said you can only have one manager out. Well, he's their manager and I'm his manager, so
That's right. That's something that's
We plan
Only been
on
doing it a few times.
we kind of plan on trying to like do some of that stuff. Adrian up in Frankfurt's already said, when I told him that I was thinking about stopping the podcast, which we're gonna try to keep it going. And I just paid the rent for a couple more months, so we're gonna keep it going as long as we can. But we are gonna start just doing one show a week, and then we're gonna start doing other kind of stuff, especially just for the summer because it kind of gets hot in here.
Yeah.
And I got the air conditioner on now, but it kind of gets hot in here. We're gonna try to do the show as much as we can, but even
and I'm gonna try my best to become a manager.
so like EWA down there, Adrian's already offered us he's like, man, just come and be part of the show down here. We can let you do backstage stuff and this and that, and you don't gotta not so it's it's in our blood now. It's like we're never gonna be able to quit.
Once you
we're never gonna be able to quit. Everybody's gonna always expect us to be there.
Yeah, it's like when I'll go to see my girlfriend in Washington, I'll go out there maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And there's not really much wrestling out there. There's one promotion out there.
Yeah.
And they run, I think, once every 3 months. And I'll get back and I'm like, man, I feel like I haven't been in the ring in a year.
Yeah, no,
It was
2 years. Yeah.
It's 2 weeks off, but I'm like, damn.
Nobody's asking
used
you
to
about
this.
wrestling.
I'm
Nobody's
used to
talking
this
about it.
every week, you know?
As Zachary Tippleton said, James with his classic fit IC.
Yeah, that's one of the guys I play video games with all the time. Whenever I seen that I was going to be on here too, I was like, man, I gotta get something that stands out a little bit,
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
just sit back in the background.
I mean, that's what I do. That's what this jacket's all about.
I had a pair of shoes too.
So
My mom's no, you're not
wrestling
wearing
does change people's lives.
Yeah,
It makes them a different person. When Johnny first came on the show, Johnny was like this little quiet guy that
Oh, yeah, dude. I tell people all the time, I wish in high school I had the confidence I do now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I was confident, but I wasn't
yeah.
Breaking news.
I would have been a star in high school.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. Yeah.
But breaking news. A superstar Billy Graham has passed away.
Oh, that sucks. Peace to and
I've seen he's
rest in peace.
He's been on life support the last couple of days or so, ain't he?
Yeah, he's
R.I.P.
Yeah.
So I follow him on Facebook. I've seen his wife posting a bunch of stuff on his page.
We've been losing a lot of great guys.
Yeah.
Start with Briscoe first.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, Jay Briscoe. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, they having an arena match here. Who's he fighting anyway?
Roger Strong.
Oh, okay.
AKA the guy that we didn't know was released from his contract. But yeah, you got the classic fit on.
Yeah, I used to stream video games a lot on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
And I'd always wear something like this,
Yeah, we're streaming on Twitch right now, but we don't have very big a following over there. But everybody seems to watch us and likes us on Facebook.
Yeah.
I just look like I'm going to the gym everywhere I go.
Yeah.
You look like a star. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you are a
tell
star.
People
Man.
I dress just like if something happens where I need to be athletic, I can.
That's right. And stars dress like that. You are a star, brother.
I tell people I dress like a basketball game is about to break out at any second.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like. Besides my Hey Dudes, and I used to not wear Hey Dudes, and then I got a pair and was like, man, these are awesome. Like,
Me,
these are
man,
so comfortable. I used to wear basketball shoes all the time.
In the winter time, I wear I try to wear Adidas jumpsuits all the time. I don't know my son always says you're like a Slavian gangster, like a Croatian gangster all the time. I was like, yeah, like a mob boss or something.
Yeah, when at that first show EWA had, we were in the ring, and I'd talked to Johnny and Sean and hadn't seen you yet.
Yeah.
And you came in the fluorescent green jumpsuit.
That's what you was wearing the first time I ever met you too.
And,
Yeah.
Somebody was like, "Oh, there's Andy."
Yeah.
I was like, "How could I miss him?"
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, there's Andy.
I'd bought
I
that.
got blinded when he walked in.
I'd bought those shoes, man. Those shoes, I love those shoes. I used to wear those shoes all the time. I actually got 2 pairs of those shoes. I got a pair that I have never wore, and I got the other ones because they seem to get dirty pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then I end up collecting the rest of that outfit, and I was like, where the hell am I going to wear this at? Because I love wearing it.
Professional wrestling.
And then I was like, we're in professional wrestling. I got some stuff that I wear there now that I can wear there. But since I lost a little weight, I can't even hardly fit anything anymore.
I had some shoes picked out, and they were like neon green. And
Oh, I
neon
love that
pink.
shit.
And I was like, man, I'm excited. I'm gonna show these off because I've seen that's how you were dressed whenever I met you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear these, and brought them out. Was putting them on. My wife walked by and goes, I am not letting you out the door with that outfit on.
My favorite ones. I got a pair of Adidas that don't say Adidas on them anywhere. I guess they were probably a pair of Yeezys that got like that didn't get the Yeezy part, but like they're orange, they're bright orange, and they got pink on them too. And I love those fucking shoes. They're called 4Ds or something, but I love those shoes. And like I just love crazy Adidas shoes. I got a bunch of Yeezys that I don't even wear. I got some underneath the table here that I haven't worn at all.
That's
and that's what I want to bring into wrestling too. Like I want to, have these bright shoes, these crazy colors and all that stuff, and just be, that'd be a way for me to stand out.
Being like flamboyant. I kind of like learned that a little bit from Lemon Juice McGee was one of our first.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I met him like my first day of training.
Yeah.
Him and Jake were there.
He was one of our first guys that we had on the podcast, and he came in and he was so nice and so cool.
Yeah,
We were still like we still didn't know what we were doing with the podcast, but we started interviewing people, and he came on, man, and we got a big pop from him. Like he is. Everybody knows who Lemon Juice is, like especially on YouTube and stuff,
he's
man.
probably one of the most popular people in Somerset.
Yeah.
Where he's got the comic book shop and all that.
He's an awesome guy. He stopped into the studio a few times and actually gave us his old podcast name. Like he said, just go ahead and take it, because I was like, can we bring it back for a couple of episodes? He's like, yeah, just take the name and you can have it. So we haven't really done anything with it, but we will at some point. And then he came into the studio, and he came back in the studio with him and his girlfriend. He was like, hey, I want to do you mind if I use your studio? I was like, sure. And Lemon Juice, if you're listening, the opportunity is still open to come and use the studio anytime you want, buddy.
You know what? This jacket here was inspired by Gentleman Jim Chadwick. The hat that I wear, by him too. If there's anyone that you want to learn about flamboyancy, that's the man to look at, because that man had it in spades.
We love having those older guys in here too, and I wish that he was still around. That's one of the reps. One of the things we get.
That helps like almost as much as being in the ring training.
Really,
is actually picking these guys' brains.
Yeah,
because a lot of guys won't for some reason. They just I don't know if they don't care, or they think they don't have anything to teach them. But that's helped me get a lot better, is just picking everybody's brain. Guys like Vic the Bruiser. Mm-hmm. Every match I would have, if Vic was there, I'm coming to the back like, hey, dude. That's why I want to have those kind of guys on the podcast, because, Vic's retired now. And
JR
stories, man.
Yeah, JR Rock's going to be, retired soon.
Yep.
We want to be like the center hub for everybody to come and just the old guys, the new guys.
That gap.
We had a show in November. I think it was Vic's last time in Monticello.
Yeah.
And John made a surprise appearance and wrestled Vic.
John Noble.
And Terry, this is back to Terry with the jack legs.
Terry's awesome.
Nobody told Vic who he was working that night.
Yeah.
Nobody told him who he's wrestling. So Terry was like, oh, we're just going to put a jack leg under a mask and let you beat him up. So Vic was like, man, this is my last time in Monticello.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to do this. And Terry's like, yeah, it'll be all right.
It'll be all right.
And so John comes out in a mask and like a jacket. And then right before the bell rings, Vic had no idea John was there. He stayed out in the car. We rode together.
Yeah.
Me and John did.
Yeah.
John stayed out in the car, got dressed in the car, comes out just for the match, and pulls the mask off. Vic, you could just see that he was dying to just smile. Like he was so happy.
He's still trying to keep up his heel shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good guy, man. When I tell this story all the time, but when he came in, he was so quiet. He sat down, and I was like, I'd never met Vic before. I'd seen him wrestle a few times.
He's intimidating until you get to know him.
Oh, yeah.
He's still intimidating when you know him, but you also
he was so quiet.
He's cool if you don't piss him off.
He'd say,
if you're good with Vic.
He was so quiet, and at that point, I'd had a couple guests already that I don't know who I'd had in, but I'd had a couple guests before that were just I was just kind of pulling stuff out of them, that doesn't really happen much anymore. Usually when people come in, they know what they're going to say anymore because they watch the show. But like I had a couple people that came in on the show, and you just kind of like I just had to pull stuff out of them.
Yeah.
And Vic comes in, and he's got his girlfriend with him, and he sits down, and like he's just so quiet. He's so quiet. And I talked to him a couple times, and he's like, yeah. And then that mic.
No, he said.
I said, we're live. We're live, and it just he just started. I was like, oh, good,
walls.
Good, great, because like it's never it's terrible when you get a guest. It's like don't know what the hell they're going to say. Yeah.
Then you're like, oh my God, what did I?
Or somebody that just wants to. I don't mind people working their character, but wants to stay completely in character. And you got guys like you that that's their character is who they are. Like
love your shirt, by the way.
Like Cal Maggart's who he is, And,
it's like I always tell people, like, I'm glad I was able to get over.
Yeah.
In like pretty much any place I've been, I've got over pretty well.
Yeah.
And I've been able to do that being me.
Yeah.
It's like I've got myself over, like me.
And how could you not be
character,
confident after that?
It's like I've got Marty over.
Yeah.
It's not like something I've come up with that I've just like.
And that builds that, and I think that's why you are who you are, because like you're putting over. It's not a character. You're like you are Marty Clay, and it's like how could you not have incredible confidence when you're hyping your own self? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just kind of like me being me and Johnny being Johnny. And it's just like we're putting over ourselves. We're being ourselves. We're being original.
Right.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt whenever you're as good in the ring.
Oh yeah, he's fucking awesome. I was told him the other day. I was like, me and him was out there in the hallway talking. I was like, dude, your flow is like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, that's what I've got better at too. Like, I watch a match from a year ago, and it helped.
Yeah,
like that's what I was talking about earlier. All these guys should be like dying to get on these fair shows.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because I worked. I don't know how many. I mean, I was working like 15, 20 days a month in the summer for Jimmy, not even counting the weekend shows I was doing for whoever else. So it's like,
dude, I put your name in YouTube the other day, and it's like all these matches came up. I didn't know you even wrestled Suicide.
Yeah.
All these names came up that you was wrestling. Like your name is all over the YouTube.
Yeah, and it's like doing all those fair shows is where I got smooth. It's like what's Shawn Michaels? He's so smooth. That's what makes him, in my opinion, probably the best because of just everything he does flows.
And I'm sure you learned a lot from Cal Maggard too.
Yeah, and John, dude, John is like flowing smooth like that.
Cal Maggard's personality, like I can see a little bit of that, like in you and y'all. Not that you copy him or anything.
Cal taught me like just be natural.
Yeah,
because my promos a year or 2 years ago, honestly, I sounded like a robot.
I
was like a robot. I was like, I am Marty Clay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna beat you. It's like, man, that ain't real. Now I'm like, Marty Clay, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, especially like when you did the whole little skit with Johnny in the bathroom. It was like you were like,
you said, "What the hell, dude?"
You were just so like, you were just so natural with it. It's like you look natural with it. It's like Cal. He's so natural with like just getting in the ring and being in front of that crowd.
Yeah.
Like, and then when
it's like that. That's when
he handed me that mic. Is what. Like,
you look natural when you got there.
But when he had, like, somebody like Cal Maggard hands you the mic and says, hype the crowd up, like, I know.
Hype them up.
He knows what he's doing, so, like, he
kind
of
like. He's putting trust in you, and that builds your confidence.
How can I not go out there and hype that fucking crowd up? Like, how can I not do it?
When these guys, it's like when these vets and stuff, and they're putting their trust in you.
Yeah.
That gives you the confidence because it's like, well, if they trust me, why the hell wouldn't I trust myself? If they're trusting me.
Johnny was telling me that you was in the ring here recently with somebody that had their first match, and it made it look like who was that? You had your first match with somebody?
That was
Kevin Jones.
Yeah, Kevin. He said it looked like a fucking like the dude. You made that guy look like he had been wrestling forever.
And it was Joe Morrell that shared me the video, and I was like, "Hey, well, it looks like this guy's been wrestling forever. We're wrestling against Marty Clay."
Yeah, and I told him like. It's gonna be easy. It was all kids, It was at the school show at East Perry.
Yeah,
not
was
to
a
mention
crowd full of children.
So there is an East Perry.
Yeah, there's an East and West.
Okay.
Yeah, they're real crosstown rivals. That's legit.
Not to mention, but Sean Johns, our wrestling encyclopedia, got to work music that day.
Yeah,
That's big
at East Perry.
Yeah, No,
No,
at
Westbury.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Was there a match at Eastbury?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where I wrestled Kevin.
Okay, who throws the matches at Eastbury?
Kyle did it.
Oh, he did it
They
too.
wanted him
It
to
was
come
a
up.
couple
It
days before.
was like a school program deal.
Yeah.
Like for the testing,
Uh-huh.
they were doing like, you know how all these schools do like the testing kickoff now.
Yeah.
It was like that. They done like 3 matches.
Man, I wish Fayette County won't let you do that. They won't let you come and put a.
But I think that helped a lot.
Yeah.
With like pushing that show. You know. Like,
I wish
Kyle promotes really hard.
there's a lot of like nice gyms up here in Lexington. I wish that they would let like the promotions
Like,
up here do.
People see that and it's like, yeah, Hazard is a hot town, but it's also like you can't just like overlook Kyle. He pushed the hell out of that. you
Oh,
know, like,
yeah.
he promoted hard. He always promotes super hard. You know. It's
He's
And I
awesome
watched
at that.
it.
Like he was asking me my opinion, and I'm like, dude, you've already got the key to like you've already got the key to Hazard.
He
Like,
had a line. It's wide.
yeah, he's like, they're
Oh,
out there,
man.
man. He was so happy. They're out there. They're like, you know. I was like, yeah, they're out
Hey,
there.
I'm just saying, Kyle Maggart knows how to promote the shit.
Yeah, man, he
out of
promoted
that
hard.
show.
Terry and Jimmy, man, they promote hard. All these
That's
fair
right.
shows are packed.
The way I
That's
got
what it's
to
all about.
way I got Cal's attention was like he didn't pay no attention to me like down there in Wildmore, and he was like, I was like, can you like do something with this? And he's like, what do you want me to do, man? Like he just didn't have any like interest in me at all.
Because he thought that.
And I'm like, here, could you take the belt and just completely just shit on it? He's like, you want me to shit on your belt? And he was like, I'm gonna go back here with lemon juice. We got an idea. And then they went and they took the belt and they took it into the bathroom and they shit. They did a little promo for us, and then that's how he became. And then then I booked him on the show, and then like he's been cool ever since with us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the reason why he wasn't cool with us before is because he saw our name as Nice Guy Andy. He's like, why would I want to be on a fucking baby faces show like that?
Yeah.
Nice guy, I ain't gonna be on there.
I was like, just shit like here, take this belt and just shit all over it. He's like just say, hey, just shit on the podcast. Just say whatever you wanted to say about the podcast. And he was like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, man, we can do that.
And ever since,
Yeah,
been a good relationship.
yeah. Kyle's awesome, man. He's a
Yeah.
really cool guy.
Yeah, he helped me a lot. I mean, him, John, and Eddie,
Yeah.
they've helped me.
I never
more
really
than
talked to
anybody.
John Noble much, but I'd love to get him on the
John
podcast.
Noble's a legend.
He's like one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like,
He came up and shook my hand like at the end there, and like he didn't even know who I was, but he shook my hand and was like, "Oh, cool. Well, I'd love to have him on the podcast."
wrestled-
John, if
we
you're listening
wrestled
or
in-
watching, come on the podcast.
we wrestled in October of 21. I think he was like my second title defense when I won the AMW title.
Yeah.
And man, I would love to run that back because now I'm smooth. You know.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, it looked smooth, but
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah, that was mostly him.
a
but
lot of him being super smooth. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
if you can keep up, you'll look smooth.
yeah.
But now it's like I'm really smooth.
Uh-huh.
It's not like I've eliminated those moments of hesitation,
Yeah.
like where it's like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you see
your
that-
matches are incredible. Like
see
when
that
you
in
and
matches sometimes.
when you and Oliver are in the ring together, y'all work really good together. He's real smooth like that too. Yeah. Yeah, you both of you guys are professionals, dude. Like I could see you being on one of these shows at some point, like up there on AEW. And I just, I'm like, they're gonna steal Marty from us here soon. Marty's
Yes.
like, fuck y'all's podcast.
But we will be having Kevin Jones in here tomorrow with Joe Monroe,
yeah, he
the
said
guy
he was,
that he made him look good.
they
Okay,
said they
cool.
were coming in.
Yeah,
But Kev, he's put in a lot of work too, and he's
yeah. Joe's
he's
want to talk about his
Yep, Rolling Hard,
cousin.
his cousin.
His cousin. Who was his cousin again?
Rosenhard.
Okay, Rolling
yeah,
Hard.
Kevin's been training over there with us, and he wants it. You know,
Yeah.
you can tell.
Yeah.
Usually from the first month or two, you can tell like if this guy really wants it, if he's willing to put the work in or not.
Yeah.
You gotta have that
Exactly.
work ethic, man. Like I said, I
Yeah,
feel like
this
I've said
ain't
it 30
this
times
ain't something
this
you can
podcast so
half-ass.
far.
you know?
Exactly.
No,
It's
it's
that
not.
work ethic, man.
Wrestling, you can't half-ass it. You're not
Exactly.
you're gonna be on these terrible shows, working with terrible people, if you half-ass it. Like you're not gonna get there.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get to any kind of decent level half-assing it. Like,
Hey.
you gotta pour everything.
Everybody loves you, dude. You got fans everywhere. Everywhere I've seen you, you've got fans like coming up to you, wanting to buy your shirts and,
And people need to pick your brain
Yeah.
because you may not be a veteran, but you got experience yourself.
And
So
well,
it-
I've talked to the veterans. You know, that's
exactly.
Yeah.
like I've got a lot of wisdom just from talking to them.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
they need to be open to picking brains instead of whatever they're doing. I don't know if they don't want to talk to the veterans.
Which
or,
a lot of the guys I'm around now, they're not like that. But
Yeah.
like
Which is
everybody
good.
I'm around now is pretty cool.
I think the
I don't have any heat with anybody.
Exactly.
yeah, I think the whole everybody, like, I don't know, since Anthony Presley came back into the scene, like,
Man,
seems
I
like,
love New South.
I
love
know,
being
seems
there.
like the whole,
it is-
like, and I don't know if it's just him or it's him coming on here or all of us working together, but like the whole
And Anthony's mindset is what a promoter should be.
Yeah.
Know? Like, he's not gonna get mad if you get a big opportunity.
yeah,
And take it. You know,
Yeah.
he wants you to do that.
he's like the
He's not,
Cal.
he don't want you to turn down work.
He's like the
Exactly.
Coach Cal of like wrestling around here.
Yeah,
he's like he's trying to build you up so you can go up to that next
Yeah.
level. You know, yeah. So I mean the whole landscape of the Kentucky wrestling has changed a lot. Like since in
It's
the
like a
last year,
community now.
like everybody everybody comes together and everybody's sharing like storylines
Well,
and
that's how it's
stuff.
supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like
It's supposed
that.
to be a brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is.
Everybody's
Exactly.
sharing storylines and everybody's supporting each other and like just
The way I got started was I was literally working out in the gym in her hometown one time, and Marty was there.
yeah.
And I walked up to him and was like, "Hey man, I know you wrestle. I really want to get into this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah man, let me get your number."
And
I
you
was
talk
like,
to Marty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah man, let me get your number." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm never gonna hear from him again. You know, no big deal.
Yeah.
Whatever." I took that step. You know, I tried. And like that night, he texted me. He's like, "Hey, I got a show tomorrow. You wanna ride with me?" And
Yeah.
I'd like never really talked to Marty before.
Yeah.
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 And
I need somebody to ride with me. Come on.
Yeah,
I
it's
rode
like, I don't
with
want to
him.
go solo. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks
Yeah.
going solo.
But I rode with him to one of Terry's shows.
Yeah.
And before the show, we helped set
And
up
it
and
was
everything.
it was in
and
Tennessee, so I was like, dude, you can get in the ring in Tennessee. You don't have to
Yeah.
have a license yet.
Yeah.
Terry goes, "Hop in there," and I was like, "Really?" And that's whenever that's my first day of training. You know, it was whenever I got sick on the way home, and
He probably bumped 100 times.
Yeah.
200. I mean, that's
And
all
I'd
we
never-
did.
You
I'd
fell in
never
love
done
with
it
it then
before.
because everybody was so nice
Yeah.
to you and
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
everybody like
I'd always heard
Yeah,
that you
I mean,
had to kind of weasel your way in.
Yeah.
You know, like you gotta work your way in, and like before anybody even like wants to work with you.
you know like I
wants
just
to help.
I've had friends that like that's with everything. It's like I've had friends be like, I can't get a girl, man. I'm like, just ask, dude. Just talk. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get into wrestling. Just ask,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, just
Like,
make a
I'll
connection.
never be on a podcast. Just ask. Come on the podcast. Just ask. Just
Just
ask.
gotta
Like,
make a connection, man.
yeah,
That's
just
all
make a
it's-
connection. Ask if you don't get like, and just
Well,
keep
it's
on
like-
asking.
Well,
What
the-
happened, the way I got started, was John Noble came in my junior year
Yeah.
to coach at Breathitt.
Yeah.
And he was a wrestler, and I knew that.
Yeah.
And the first day he came in, all the basketball players went and introduced themselves, like, "Hey, nice to meet you. Look forward to you coaching us all this." And I had a wrestling shirt on. I don't know. It's like, I don't remember the shirt. It was a wrestling shirt.
Yeah.
And coach was like, "Oh, you like wrestling?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, when you turn 18, I can get you trained." And I was like, "Awesome."
Hell
So
yeah,
that was
let's
my
do it.
connection. So for like my junior and senior year of basketball, I'm like, man, I'm ready to get trained. I was like, because this is what I always wanted to do.
They
Like, I love
really,
the
I wish they would
basketball.
change that rule and like let younger people wrestle, like let younger people train.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
you should be able to sign a waiver. So get your parents to sign a waiver.
Yeah.
At least to train.
Yeah, at least to
Yeah.
train.
Minimum to train.
Yeah, not actually do shows, but like let them start at like 15 or something. Let them, I guess they
But-
probably have to have more, make sure that these guys that are training
yeah,
these
we,
people don't abuse them, or hurt them. But
We got all that set up and started training immediately after basketball. Me and my best friend, and we got trained. And
is their best friend still doing it?
no,
No.
he quit after like a couple
Yeah.
of months. But,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't. He just didn't want to do it. It wasn't for him, but that's fine. But,
Yeah.
But anyway, we started training, and like first night of training, Kyle was like, "Hey guys, I know y'all are in school. If you can learn this quick enough, we'll put you in a match on May 9th at Breathitt."
Wow.
So it was like we got to have our match, a tag match, at the school we were attending. It was awesome. It was
That's
like,
cool.
That's like the best start you can
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
we're like going around school like,
We got a
So-
match on May 9th.
yeah, we're doing it. Like
But that's genius from him too, because
Yeah.
it's like, hey, how can you get this school involved? Like, get them involved because a couple of their students are going to be in the match. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
And dude, Like
He's smart, man.
I
He's
printed up shirts
yeah,
like with just our names on it. And,
yeah,
Like we were like kind of like thugs in basketball.
yeah.
Like I was like getting technicals and ejected and all kinds of shit. But,
yeah.
Hey,
But,
we got,
Hey, he's passionate.
we
but,
got Fernando Fines here. He said, "What's up, Marty, Andy, and Superfly?"
what's up, man?
And Sean says, "You miss 100% of the chances that you don't take." That's right.
But yeah, like they called me and my friend the Outlaws in
Yeah.
school. That's what we were called. So
Oh, really?
I got shirts made up said like Marty and Kyle. His name was Kyle too. And, it said Marty and Kyle, the Outlaws.
The Outlaws.
Nice.
Dude, I sold a ton of those.
Hell
I was
yeah.
just going around school.
Like, this
20
is my
20
shit.
bucks.
This
I was
is
like,
my shit.
leaving school with like $500-600 at a time.
Yeah.
Dude, like, and the principal calls us down. I was like, oh shit.
Uh-oh, making you selling drugs.
I'm like, damn. Because I mean, really, I guess you're not supposed to sell stuff at school.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm selling the shit out of these shirts. So she calls me down. I'm like, oh.
I want my cut.
I was like, man, here we go. I'm gonna be in deep trouble now, because I'd already made like $1,200-1,300 off these shirts.
Nice.
So she calls me down. She's like, heard you been selling shirts at school. I was like, no. I was like, after school, I'll get them to meet me at Wendy's and I'll give them out if they want to buy one. She's like, well, she's like, I'm pretty upset with you. And I was like, well, I haven't been selling them at school. She's like,
You haven't gave me a shirt?
yeah. She's like, I'm upset you haven't offered to sell me one. And I'm like, oh, I got them in my car. You want me
I got them right now.
Or I had one. I think I had
You
one.
ain't
in my
got to
bag.
buy one, lady.
No, she bought one.
Yeah.
Right there. Right there. You were already a star right
You gotta,
there.
But,
you gotta get your money.
Yeah. But I think I had one in my bag even.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, yeah, here you go. After I was like, oh, we're not.
That's
selling these at
cool.
school.
That's cool shit, man. That's
yeah.
cool
I was
shit
like,
right there.
I was nervous, man, going down there. I was like, man, this might be like, I didn't know. I was like, this might be against the law. You
Yeah,
know, might
yeah.
be in big trouble.
I'm even sitting here and I'm like, man, I wanted there to be another show soon at the school that we graduated from, because I teach there now.
Oh, do
I'm
you?
the PE teacher. And I'm like, man,
Oh, wow,
I'd love to be
cool.
a part of that.
Hell
and be
yeah.
at the school that I teach at.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so cool.
Get you a match in there.
yeah,
like,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That'd be
man,
great.
it was awesome. Like they done, and our first match was against J.R. Rock and Jake Braddock. And the way they done it, my friend had a singles match first against Jake Braddock, I think. And J.R. comes out and they're beating him down, and I'm
Yeah.
standing back behind the curtain, and the crowd just like Marty, like they knew I was coming, and
Yeah.
they were just going nuts. So
Yeah.
I'm back there like shaking, like oh my god.
Oh
I
wow.
come out with like
Pumped
a
up.
broomstick or something. And I run out, dude, and it was a crazy pop.
I'm sure.
And I was like,
You was sold right
there.
there.
Right
Yeah.
there. I was like,
This is what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
yeah. I was
That's
like, yeah,
right.
there's no way I'm leaving.
There's no other feeling.
Oh, that's cool. That's a great story, man. I'm glad you got to
And
share
then-
that with us.
The next night I had a match against Omega and got the piss beat out of me.
That's right. You did
I
take
was
on.
like-
I
Yeah.
remember that. He told us about this.
Yeah.
Kyle told me, he's like, you mess
I
up.
bet-
He's like, Omega's going to kill you. You mess up. So I'm like nervous. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
man. So I go up to Omega and I'm like, hey, dude.
I'm gonna ask
was
him
like-
about you next time I
was
see
like, I
him.
was like, Omega, dude, I'm going to mess up. I was like, it's my second match ever. There's probably going to be some
Like,
spots.
I'm gonna ask him next time he comes in here, because he'll come in eventually. But like, I'm gonna ask him about that match, because like you've had several matches against him since,
Yeah.
and down at EP.
Which that match wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, for my second match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was like, I was nervous about that. And then I go up to Omega and he's like the coolest dude ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
EWA
That's what
down
we-
there, you and him was like on the outside of that ring,
Yeah.
slapping each other.
And-
Like, I swear, like, I know Omega gives a hell of a slap, but you was slapping him just as hard as he was you. I'm sure he's got a story on that one.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. That guy's cool, man. Guys, shout out to Pitbull Fitness up in Louisville, guys. Go up there if you want to get jacked up there. Go see Omega. And that's his real name. That's his God-given name.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear us from his, but he said that Mark Clay's chops harder than him.
Who did that?
Omega said
Boys, y'all
Mark
gonna,
Clay chops harder than him.
boys, y'all gonna get me in trouble. Hush, Hush that.
Yeah. He's going to try to hit you as
Let's not-
hard as
Let's
next
not
time.
be saying that.
Turn that into
That
a
came from
slap
them,
match.
Omega.
Yes, that came from me.
Chop Johnny, not me.
You said Omega said it? Omega said that?
If Johnny's the one saying it, Omega, it's on the record.
No, he
not
said
me.
that Omega told him that.
Yeah.
He's probably lying. I'm assuming he's lying. I don't know.
Yeah.
If he's not lying, that's
No,
really,
dude,
that's a really awesome compliment. If he's not lying,
That
but I'm
is a good
assuming he's
comment
lying.
because he did say it.
I see that promotion's going to be.
Yeah, it's awesome.
EWA is going to be big. Like they've had two shows already. That's a good promotion down there.
I wasn't at the last one, but that first one was awesome.
Yeah.
I did. I think that was the same day I was doing ASW.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
they had Matt Hardy there. That was awesome for me. And
Oh,
it's
did
like,
you get to wrestle him out?
I didn't wrestle him, but just like talking to him because it's like
Yeah.
he was talking about moments. Like he pulled up, and like I had my Camaro parked. He pulls up in a Corvette, and I'm walking back out to the car. He pulls up, and he's like, "Nice car," and I was like, "Hell yeah, Matt Hardy just complimented my car." And
He seems like a really good guy too.
he comes in, he's like, "Man, I haven't been here since the Expedition of Gold, where they went around winning all these indie tag golds."
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, man, I told him, I was like, dude, when y'all came back at WrestleMania, I was 16 years old, and I freaked out.
Yeah.
So then he just started talking about all these moments, and it's like I remember being a kid, like if you'd told me, even at 16, if you'd been like, hey, dude, you're going to be sharing the locker room with Matt Hardy in a few years, I would have been like, no.
Hell
way.
no.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you'll probably get to meet Jeff at some point too, because he's back wrestling too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say you'll get to meet him at some point.
I hope I get there, man.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be
you're a
awesome?
star.
It's like, it's awesome, but it's also like, it's what I've always said I was going to do.
Yeah.
Like I always said I was going to be, which AEW didn't exist, but like,
Yeah.
that would be it's cool.
I
too.
love it. I love that AEW is out there. I love that Impact's out there. I
Yeah,
love
it's
that
like
WWE's out there.
Not your only option anymore.
So many options for you guys to like get out there and wrestle, and like
And like, I've been lucky too that the business has like changed as far as like I'm kind of like a body guy now.
yeah,
I wouldn't have been a body guy 20 years ago.
Yeah.
True.
It's like I'm 200 pounds.
yeah,
I wouldn't have been. I'm 5'11", 200 pounds. I wouldn't
Yeah,
have been a
yeah.
body guy.
They were.
And now it's like a lot of these shows I go to, I'm one of the bigger guys. I'm one of the I'm jacked.
Yeah,
now.
exactly, yeah.
Nowadays I'm jacked. Back then I would have been like Rey Mysterio type. Like I would have to fly around.
yeah. Like I don't think that Switchblade he's probably about your size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not as jacked as Marty Clay.
No.
I'd say my shoulders are probably bigger than him.
Yeah. Like so, you could definitely Mickey Midas is going up there to AEW a lot.
Yeah.
I could see you up there at some point, man.
I could too. You're already a star in my eyes.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first saw you, we were already impressed. Now, here we are.
Yeah, man. It's
You're
cool,
a totally
but-
different, you're a totally different guy than you was when you came on this podcast. I know you were I'm just saying you're just totally transformed, and
I guess it's just confidence built
Yeah,
up. Right?
yeah.
It's
You
like-
found
I'm
who
like-
you
we
were.
like to think it was because you came on the podcast and you started talking and we helped you, but
Kind of like
that's
been-
probably not
actually-
true.
I've actually went out and kind of proved myself.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't stay in that comfort bubble.
Yeah,
And like the podcast, that was out of my comfort bubble.
Yeah.
I've never really done anything like that.
yeah.
But now it's like I would rather be out of that comfort zone.
I love letting anybody that wants, like John Gilbert likes to come over
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
anytime he asks us to come, I'm like, sure, come. I'd love to have you on as much as I can. You bring him, and he
We'd
gets
like
a
to
chance.
have you on again.
He gets
I
to have a
appreciate
chance to talk on
I
the
told him
podcast
like,
too.
this is a good place for people to see him, like introduce himself.
Yeah. This is a great place to come up and you got 2 hours. Like if
Yeah.
you sit here to talk,
Yeah,
just
it's a
bullshit with each
commercial
other.
Not
Like
much you can't really cover.
like we don't really ask any hard questions, or we let people be
We
who
just
they
sit
want
around
to
We're
be.
not
and
like
bullshit.
trying to start any bullshit drama or anything.
No,
like
we're
that.
not. We're about this is I always say, hey, this is I tell the guys
And we
usually,
don't do dirt sheet
this is a
bullshit.
2-hour fucking commercial for you.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there, dude. Say whatever the hell you want to say. If you get yourself canceled, that's on you.
we want to get Corey Sparks in here too.
Yeah.
Because he's one of those guys.
Corey
that's
needs to
quiet.
work on his we like Corey as far as in the ring, but as far as talking, we need to
Yeah.
get him
He's more emotion and stuff.
Yeah, he needs to talk more. He
Yeah,
needs
because
to.
he sounds robotic like he used to.
Yeah, I
That's
see
what he
him
thought.
as. I don't know how long he's been in wrestling business. I think
about
5 years.
yeah,
That's
I
what he
think
told
about
me.
A little bit longer.
But
than
I
that.
can see him being like you were about a year ago,
Yeah.
and I can see him coming out of that shell at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to be yourself.
He's a hell of a guy in the ring. You've had a couple
Yeah, he's
matches with
good.
him.
Glenn Kurt says, my favorite spot, we love the show. That's Donnie Green.
That's Donnie Green.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh man, Donnie Green's
That's-
awesome. We have to get Donnie. We need Donnie get back in here at some point, man.
I thought he
we're
was
gonna get
going
back
to
in with
when me and Marcus,
Getting back in
when
with
me and
Barry
Marcus wrestled Rex and Swayze.
Yeah.
I thought Donnie was about to get in the ring.
Yeah.
He's been he's been losing weight, like
I heard somebody giving Rex hell, and I looked and it was him. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
been
he
getting
told Rex.
he's been getting himself into shape. I really think that he's really wanting to get back in the ring.
Yeah.
Like he's like, nah, no, I don't know,
Man,
but like
I don't know, but I assume anybody who leaves for a while, they eventually get that back. You know?
oh, he
It's like-
wants to so
Exactly.
bad. I can see it in his eyes.
Just
and
like I was talking about when I'm gone for 2 weeks. It's like, man,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
ready to get back in the ring somewhere.
yeah. We got him back interested in doing some stuff, and I'd love to get him back in the podcast room. Like set that up, Johnny. Get him back in here.
Hey, I'm already working on it.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
get-
these
Nate
these
Nardi,
past 2
Bears
years,
still
man,
in.
after COVID, I was like, I got to get busy. Like, if I really want to make a push to get somewhere bigger, I gotta stay busy.
You know, it's hard
That's
to bring
right.
positives out of COVID, really, but I mean, the wrestling world right now is booming.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, I feel like that might be a part of it. We had like a lack of wrestling during the COVID time, or a lack of really fun wrestling to watch. Like you said earlier, like the fans weren't there. Fans are a lot of what you watch wrestling for,
Mm-hmm.
and they make the experience. You know, so like I feel like now that the fans are back,
I've
all that.
I've been to the big shows, and I went to All Out up in Chicago, and it had like an indie feel. Really, like all the people were like hanging out with each other. And then I came to the AEW show here in Lexington. It was a little bit different. I've seen a lot of people I knew, but like there is nothing like going down to Hazard or going down to Caverna and that fan base like that. And being able to interact with the crowd and like people coming up and talking to you,
Well,
like
it's
there's
in
nothing like
in
it.
a lot of those areas, it's still real to them.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
It's like they might know that, like they might know, they might understand.
yeah.
But in those couple hours, they're believing.
And that's what that's what you need. That's what like when Cal asked me like, how do we get people invested in this? Is like you got to get them invested in like
they're invested. In
they're
Hazard.
invested like that already.
They can't
you know.
wait for me to kick Oliver Gunner's ass.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
Oliver Gunnerberry realized you want that match. He could say that's finished, but he never did get inside the
I
ring.
think we need a steel cage match.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I think that's what we
Hey.
need.
Jonathan Barnes said he wants to see that main event. You, Oliver Gunner, next AMW show.
I think it needs to be a steel cage or something.
Yeah.
A steel cage match would be
I
great.
mean, let's see what happens when Oliver can't run. He can't depend on Ben or whoever, ZDP, whatever. Whatever he has to depend on ain't there.
It seems like all he can do is yap at the mouth instead of actually doing something against you.
I mean, like I told him, he made us.
He's got the skills to
He
be in the
made a-
ring though, but he just I don't know like.
But I don't think he's on my level.
no,
in
he's
the
not on
ring.
your level. No.
In the ring, no, he's not. I would destroy him,
Yeah.
and he knows that. And it's like he makes snarky comments online, and I seen today. I noticed every time he was saying something, he was saying, "We're up 3-0. We beat you." It's like I don't say we.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
We're.
Me, man.
I
Exactly.
beat you.
Yeah.
When I beat you, I beat you. When it ain't no we, I don't need a team to take one guy down.
Donnie Green wants to know where this match will be held, aka show. That would happen.
Either New South or AMW or wherever. Whoever will book it, I will be there. If
Yeah,
you
right.
will put me against Oliver Gunner, you can count on me being there.
So
Sean
let's
John-
talk about New South here. New South's having a really big
Oh yeah, Sunday will be
Sunday.
awesome, man.
It's
Nick
gonna be
Aldis.
Nick Aldis is going to be there.
It's gonna be I can't wait to see Nick Aldis and
That's gonna be
Pillman.
huge.
Brian Pillman Jr. is going to be there.
I can't wait to see them
Yeah.
beat Gunner down.
Is Jay Letha going to be there too?
I don't think Jay's
I don't
there
think
this
so.
week.
Jay Letha's not there this week, but Oliver's coming. You're going to be down there taking on a triple threat match for the
That'll be
X Division Championship.
that'll be a awesome match.
That's
Who
gonna be
you
great.
taking on again?
Mickey Midas and Tyler Lee Decker.
Yes. That's
Oh
right.
man, Mickey is so good in that ring,
Well, if you
dude.
guys remember, last time I was in the ring with Mickey,
Yeah,
he cheated.
yeah.
Yes, he did.
Remember, we rode the tights.
Everybody cheats
Yeah.
on. Everybody cheats you
You
like.
super kicked him too.
Like the
when you were
crowd
there.
loves you, but the other wrestlers don't like you at all. Like they're so jealous. I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you could see it. Mickey Mouse knew that he was out of the ring with a star, so he had to cheat. He realized he couldn't beat you fair and square.
I think it was after he done the little backflip deal I super kicked him. Had him out. I was hurt too. I mean, he's tough. He had me hurt. So I super kicked him. We're both down. I picked him up going for sliced bread, or I may have picked him up for dead man's curve. Can't remember. Either way, I had him up. He raked the eyes, pulled the tights. 1, 2, 3. I mean, he got me.
Mm-hmm.
He did get me.
Donnie Green said, "Are we doing the podcast Sunday?" Because he's interested.
Surely you guys will be at that one, right?
I'm going to be in Dallas, so
I'm working to be there.
yeah, I'm not going to be. I got a business trip with Royal Lex. I got to go to that.
But we are going to work on getting you and Nate Naughty and Barry Steele together, Donnie. I'll be in touch.
Yeah, I got to be. I'd love those guys to do the podcast, but down there in New South, I have to use my my mobile, like my cell phone to do.
Yeah.
So like they have to have my cell phone to do it down there. But and I'd love to let those guys just do the podcast down there, but it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, New South's a different vibe down there for us to like do a podcast with, because I have to do I have to use my own cell phone and my own battery and stuff. So
Donnie Green said, "You always got something going on."
I do, man. I just
Busiest man in Lexington.
I guess I got 2 jobs in the podcast. I try and
Watching your own son become a star.
Yeah.
Man.
And it's
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with all of us.
yeah, I have to go to his basketball shows are way more important than any wrestling show I have to go to. So
These basketball shows.
yeah, the basketball shows. I call it shows now.
Somebody,
Dude, he
this Saturday I have
the last two times he's played, he only scored 4 points last time, but the 2 before that he scored 23 and 22 points. So
yeah.
he's a badass.
But this Saturday is my little sister's high school graduation.
Yeah.
So I took that one off. 'Cause,
yeah, you
got
got to go to that. Yeah,
And
family's important.
somebody was asking me what I was doing the 20th, and I told him, I can't remember who it even was, but I said I'm booked at my sister's graduation.
Yeah, I'm booked at my sister's graduation show.
I didn't even realize it. They were like, "You say you're booked at a graduation?" I was like, I gotta go to it. I was like, I'm not booked. I was like, I didn't mean to say I'm booked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I'm booked at my little sister's graduation.
Yeah, I use that terminology all the time too. I'll be like, I'm booked to go to Hazard this weekend. I gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
keep telling people I gotta go. I'm going to Saturday. I'm going to Hazard Saturday, or
Sometimes I find myself saying I'm booked. I can't go to your day. I gotta go to a show. I'm booked.
Sometimes I'll be talking to my wife and she makes me stop. It's like, I have no clue what you just said.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know what any of that meant. Can you
Dude,
go
it's,
back and speak in normal people's terms?
It's cool. Like when I first got with my girlfriend, she knew nothing about wrestling,
Yeah.
and now she knows like the history of it.
Yeah.
Because we'll be just hanging out, and I'll put on like an old Eddie Guerrero match, or like she's probably watched the Halloween Havoc match with him and Rave 20 times.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she knows, like, she'll be like, oh, here comes this spot. And I'm like, yeah, here it comes.
Well, that's
you know?
cool, man. You got to get some people to support
That's
you
right.
like that. You
Yeah.
know,
Like I think
Donnie
the
Green.
only thing she knew about wrestling was John Cena. Was literally the only thing.
Donnie Green said he's had 15 birthday parties, a horse show, and 1 demolition derby. About
Yeah,
him.
Andy's just casually like, oh, I'm in Dallas Sunday.
Yeah, I got to go to Dallas
What?
Sunday.
He's like, I'm big time, you guys. I'm in Dallas. I'm
Oh,
booked for the show.
I'm coming. I'll be back
Oh, I can't.
Tuesday.
I can't come watch you, Marty. I'm in Dallas. So
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, I'd love to.
right.
I'd love to come to every show, man. But
Yeah.
you know how much trouble I get at my house for just this podcast and going to all these shows. I'm like, you love wrestling and the podcast more than you love your family. I'm like, please
Who
don't.
wouldn't love professional wrestling more than that?
Yeah,
That's something that
yeah.
I can't.
I love it if you keep bitching like that.
But like, I can't say it enough how much like I appreciate my wife. Like,
Yeah,
because within the first month of training and all this stuff, I was traveling with Marty almost full time.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
He went to
it
all,
was
almost
like
all the
4
first
nights a week. I was getting home at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, because every show is 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours away. Almost,
Yeah.
You know, and she's dealt with it so far. You know, every now and again she's like, I'd really just like to see you every now and again.
yeah. My wife gives me hell about it all the time. We need you here. I'm like, I do everything that I need to do. I pay all the bills I need to pay, and
my girlfriend, she's cool with it. Like,
yeah,
we were pretty much living together before the flood, and she went back out to Washington for a while, and she was like, yeah, go on. She's like, just leave me alone for a little bit. You know, it's
That's
like,
right.
because she knew, like, if she tried to convince me to miss a show, it'd be a big argument, and I would end up going. You know, it's
Yeah.
like can't cancel bookings.
No, you can't. You know.
And it's always great when you have a supportive family.
Yeah.
I had a few things
Yeah,
come
it's
up
like
like
my
Saturday,
family-
but I was like, I'm not canceling on Cal because he had already told us that a few people had canceled on him. Our time I was
Yeah.
like, I had a couple things come up, and I was like, I cannot cancel on him. I'm not going to.
That's what I'm saying. Like my wife, like she doesn't understand my love for it.
Yeah.
Like she can watch it with me and be like, man, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But like she knows I love it.
Yeah.
And so she supports me for that. That's what's important.
Yeah,
Well, that's
like-
cool because
like
if
my
she loves
family-
something, you would support her doing that.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, like my family, they help a lot too.
Yeah.
Like that helps. Like,
Oh, your family's
literally
great.
My entire family.
Yeah, I see your
loves it,
mom
you
at
know?
the shows all the time. I haven't
Yeah.
met her yet, but I've seen her there a
Like,
lot.
I think at that APW show you guys were at, I counted there were like 34 family members.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Yes.
I had like cousins and like all their kids. You know.
And without that kind of support, it'd be near impossible to do this.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah, it's hard to do it. Like if somebody's sitting there telling you shouldn't be doing it.
So you want to read what?
Yep, I want to read it. Donna Green said, fellas, have a good time. Let me know when you want us on. We'll come back. Take it easy. Marty, I've been watching you this past year and very impressed on your growth. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You're doing great.
I appreciate it, brother.
And that's big praise. That's a veteran
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, Donnie's awesome, man. He's
Yeah,
so
it's always
funny,
awesome
dude.
getting the compliments from the vets.
And I love that he's getting himself back into shape. He's losing the weight and getting back into shape. I think he's going to get another. He's going to get another match at
Yes.
some point.
One more match. One more. He was Anthony Presley as
So
his
what-
father.
Yeah,
One more match.
What's the deal going on here? Like I've seen
Well-
Daniel Bryan and his crew come out like 4 times already.
Oh yeah, they're
Callis,
they're
basically
fighting up on
betrayed
Omega
them.
there.
I've seen
And-
at least 5 people.
Turn this into the Daniel Bryan and Cesaro show.
Yes,
I've
because
seen these guys literally the entire show.
Yeah,
Every time I've looked to my right, I've seen
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan and
the reason
John
why is
Moxley and
'cause,
Cesaro.
the Blackpool Combat Club's apparently healed now, so
Yeah.
all show they've been attacking.
You
anyone
really-
that's affiliated with,
You almost can't tell who's heel or face on
That's
AEW.
true.
We have it on like during the show, like but
Which
like,
I mean, it's crazy matches. They
Yeah.
do
Oh,
awesome
they're
matches.
great matches. Yeah.
yeah, but sometimes you can't tell who's supposed to be heel or face because sometimes they don't even make it clear.
They don't have-
Chris Blade said, "Outlaw Nation, Marty."
What's up, Chris?
Chris
Where's he at?
I don't know, but next time he comes in here and put that fucking Mickey Mouse
Yes,
suit on
he
him.
is. He's gonna be the super
Chris,
mouse.
Chris is the perfect Ricky Rhoda.
Yeah.
Yeah, we even talked about having him put that on. He didn't show up.
I was ribbing Chris last time I seen him.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to grab the mic and call you Chris with a CH. he hated that. I was like, you're Chris with a CH and one S.
He'll probably
buddy."
come in here and be like, Marty said he's gonna call me Chris with CH. You think he really means that? You think he really?
Yeah, he
you think he
really
really
would
don't
ask.
like me?
Yeah, he was like, I thought we were cool, dude. I was
I
like,
thought he's cool. He's gonna
Like-
say CH on me, man. Come on.
At least he didn't damn dog you, because he
Yeah.
does it to us all day. He'll be like, "Well, damn dog, I thought that we were cool."
We'll have him in there on the podcast, man. He'll be sitting there where you are, and he and we'll be talking, and we'll all be bullshitting with each other. We'll try to we'll try to crack on each other, and then we try to crack on him, and he starts taking it
yeah,
serious.
he takes it so personal.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like everything in the podcast room is nothing serious.
yeah.
Chris Blade said,
Like, Chris, we
"Native,
wouldn't-
that's not my ring name."
It's like, Chris, dude, we wouldn't joke with you if we didn't like you.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I
Exactly.
told him. I said these guys wouldn't even talk to you.
Yeah.
He's like, you think Marty likes me? I was like, Marty was in the freaking room helping you
Yeah.
train. Like, yeah, he
if
likes
I
you.
didn't like somebody, I wouldn't take the time to get in there and be
Exactly.
like, this is how you do this.
Exactly.
Last time at New South, Omega was bullshitting with him, and when he left, he's like, "Well, damn dog, I thought Omega liked me." He's like he hates me. I'm like,
Oh,
Chris,
man.
if he hated you,
We love you.
Trust me, brother, you wouldn't have been
It cracked
standing.
me up
anywhere.
We love you, Chris Blade.
When Big John and Nick Depp were on here, and
Yeah.
John was just like roasting Chris, and
Yeah.
Chris was taking it so personal.
Yeah,
I know, right?
those guys are funny.
Oh.
Nick Depp is so funny.
Kevin Jones, our guest tomorrow with Joe Monroe, just sent us 530 stars. Thank you, Kevin Jones.
Thank you guys for all the stars. We appreciate it.
See
we
what
appreciate
happens-
your support.
see what
Go and
happens when you get
subscribe.
me on the podcast.
Exactly, you're a star.
Tell them, Marty. Tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe to the Nice Guy Indie podcast now.
Yeah,
That's
now
right. If
you
you're
heard
watching-
Marty Clay.
If you're watching and not subscribing, just go ahead and tune out.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you.
No, don't really tune out.
No,
I
keep
shouldn't have
watching the
said that.
show. Like the show's
That
free,
was-
but we just the
that
show
was-
is free, but we need support.
That was stupid. Don't tune out.
That's right.
I got ahead of myself.
Hey, that's okay because some of us, when we're stars, we can make mistakes.
Yeah. Everybody makes mistakes.
So we
That's
got a
right.
couple minutes left, guys. At this point, I'll let everybody go ahead and say their ending, closing remarks. So I'm gonna let you go first.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm just now really getting into it. I've been training for a little while. Hopefully, I'll have a couple matches here, relatively soon. I hope it's my time soon. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I appreciate you guys for letting me come on here too. This is the first time that I'm not just like the security guard or ring crew or something like that. So that really means a lot to me, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys. Again, my name is James Strong. I just hopefully, in the near future.
Tell everybody
you
your
guys can do that too.
social media stuff.
Everything's James Strong right now. I haven't even gotten that far yet.
That's a great name. I like that name.
I
Y'all
love
just
that
keep
name.
it.
That's my name.
Yeah, that sounds like
So
a
I
good
was like,
name.
man, you know what? Good enough for me. It sounds pretty good.
Go ahead, Superfly.
I just want to say thank you, James Strong. Thank you, Marty Clay. Great guest as always. Thank you, Andy. Always great.
I appreciate
And
you,
I
Johnny.
want to say thank you, Donnie Green. You are the man. Thank you, Sean Johnson, everyone that has sent stars tonight. Kyle Maggart, we love you, and we love AMW. And guys, subscribe because we're sponsored by Snaps and Straps, who's making the AEW, who made the AEW Trios Championships, and now a little birdie tells me they might be making Nice Guy Andy Podcast Championships.
They definitely are. Go ahead, Marty.
I just want to thank you guys for continuing to push independent wrestling, push Kentucky wrestling. I want to thank everybody who tuned in and commented and sent stars, all that. Unless they comment something mean or stupid
Yep.
about me, then
Yeah,
screw them. But
yeah.
That's right.
either way, I appreciate anybody who tuned in, even if you did comment something stupid. But yeah, I just appreciate you guys. And
Tell them we're gonna be this weekend.
this weekend, yeah, can't forget that. Got to plug the stuff.
That's
Yeah.
right.
This weekend's not too busy. I just have New South this Sunday.
Yeah, well, you're gonna be at your sister's show, right?
Yeah, I'm booked at a graduation on Saturday. If anybody wants to come to the Breathitt High School graduation, you can catch me there, free.
Hey, me too, in a gown. too,
Yeah,
by the way.
he's working it.
He may be selling T-shirts there. You never know.
That's right.
But yeah, I'll be at that. I'll be at the New South Event Center in Lawrenceburg Sunday,
Your title.
defending this X Division title against Mickey Midas and Tyler Lee Deputy. Gonna have Nick Aldis and Brian Pillman Jr. beating up on Oliver Gunner and whoever he chooses. So any chance to see Marty Clay win and Oliver Gunner get beat down, it's gonna be a good event. It's
Heck
gonna be
yeah,
a good day.
heck yeah.
You
I
will
wish I
get
could
your
make it
money's
down
worth.
And what's your social medias?
My Instagram is Marty Clay _ on Facebook, just Marty Clay. Pro Wrestling Tees. You can search Marty Clay, find all my stuff there. I have a couple new designs up.
Oh, cool. I'll go over and get me a shirt. I
Me
never
too.
can. Like at the shows, nobody ever has fat sizes, so I can't
Yeah.
get nothing. I gotta get a 2X.
And then on Twitter, Marty Clay 1. I'm not very active on there. I just retweet stuff I'm on.
Nice.
I don't really tweet anything. Feel like Twitter's a dangerous place. Don't want
It
any.
really
It is,
Don't want
man.
any unneeded drama. You know,
A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of unnecessary drama
Yeah.
on there. So
lot
I
of
just,
weird shit on there, dude.
Yeah.
All of the social medias, Twitter is the most drama fueled.
I just
So many
I just
weirdos
I
on
just
there.
retweet stuff, and then I see some of the crazy stuff Johnny likes. Sometimes,
Yeah.
and I'm like, time to get off Twitter.
Yeah, no.
When I
right?
start seeing Superfly Johnny liked, I'm getting off Twitter. I'm like,
Johnny's got a weird. Johnny's kind of weird sometimes.
I was gonna say, don't forget to plug your TikTok too.
Oh yeah,
Besides that.
TikTok. I created a TikTok. It's been
Yeah,
doing
I've
pretty
seen
good.
that, yeah.
It's actually been doing pretty good.
Heck yeah.
Everybody told me for like a year, get on TikTok. I'm like,
Yeah.
TikTok.
I told him, I said,
Yeah,
I
we're-
uploaded a video of my dog.
Yeah, he
It
showed
got
me a
like
video of
400
just like
views.
a dog jumping on his couch. Got like 400 views. I was like, yeah, maybe I need to get on TikTok.
Yeah,
So-
we've been picking up TikTok. Everybody go to the Nice Guy Andy podcast TikTok. We got it's called Nice Guy Andy Podcaster. That's for me, I guess. But that go to that and subscribe and like us and whatever you do over there at
Yeah,
TikTok.
my TikTok is Marty Clay Wrestling.
Yeah, Marty
Just
Clay
one
Wrestling.
word.
Check that out. Guys, I want to tell everybody out there in the fan world of the Nice Guy Indie Podcast, if you guys are a fan of the Nice Guy Indie Podcast, we appreciate you going over to the Nice Guy Indie Podcast Facebook page. We are monetized for Facebook. If you all the likes, shares, and comments that you guys can put on there, we do get paid a little bit for that. They're not paying as much as they used to, so we do need some subscriptions, guys. If we can get like 200 people to subscribe to the show, we got over 10,000 followers. So if you can get 200 people to give us $5 a piece, we would love that. That's about all we need. If we get more than that, that'd be great. Every little bit that comes into the podcast studio, we put towards the production of the show. So none of us get paid.
I'll tell you what, if you guys subscribe, I will send a free autograph picture.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's awesome.
I'll help you out there.
Hell yeah. Y'all hear Marty right there?
If I can't get it to you, I'll give it to Andy. Next time I see him, and let him give it to you.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Marty. So, guys, if y'all want to sign autograph picture of Marty Clay, you subscribe to the Nice Guy Indie Podcast. We appreciate that. Like I said, none of us, me, Sean, Johns, Superfly, Johnny Lee, none of us get paid for doing this. We do this for the love of the business, and we love the podcasting. We love independent pro wrestling. We love independent pro wrestlers like Marty Clay. Marty Clay is one of our favorite guys. Nick Depp, Big John Gilbert. Like, these guys are out there, guys, breaking their bodies for you guys. So give them. And when you're at the shows, buy a T-shirt from these guys. Go and support these local independent wrestlers like AMW, APW, EWA, New South Wrestling, USWF, UCW. Go down there, guys. If y'all see UCW throwing a show, go see that show, because Terry England is he's a veteran in this business. He's a legend in this business. He knows how to put on a freaking wrestling show, guys. Support Terry England and UCW. Go over to the YouTube, subscribe to the Nice Guy Indie Podcast page. I think we're going to stop doing lives on the YouTube. We're going to start doing a show every Wednesday, and then the next day we're going to be posting to YouTube. So we're going to stop doing lives on YouTube soon. We'll probably just be doing the lives on Facebook and Twitch. Try to pick up some more subscribers over at YouTube. They said that YouTube doesn't like live, so we're going to start just posting the show over there. Yeah, go over there and go over there and check out the Bobby Blades YouTube channel, Nice Guy Indie Podcast YouTube channel. Marty Clay's got a YouTube channel. Go and subscribe. Oliver Gunner's got a YouTube channel. Go subscribe to that. Everybody's got a YouTube channel. Go over there and subscribe. It only takes
subscribe to Oliver Gunner. Get on there and comment that Marty Clay's the best.
Exactly.
Right.
Just go over there and click.
Tell him he sucks.
Just subscribe. Push that subscribe button. It only takes a few seconds, and and it helps out the podcast pages.
And it's free.
It's free.
Exactly.
You help out the pages. Like, those guys are breaking their backs and their bodies for you guys. Just go out there and do that. Like I said, go over to Fandito's YouTube page. Fandito's doing some crazy stuff over there, man. And Johnny, you help him with that, don't you, a little bit?
No, he beats me up.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Johnny's his punching bag.
Yeah. I seen you the other day. You was trying to.
Does you.
You seen the other day. You was calling him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still calling him out.
I think Fandito's about to get his ass whooped.
I think Fandito's to Johnny what Oliver Gunner is to me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just sneak attacks.
Sneak attack. He's gonna get his ass whooped.
Won't confront him face to face. His time is coming.
Yeah, his time will be there.
His time is coming.
Guys.
I've actually got wrestling trunks.
Yeah. If you're not having fun,
you ain't getting none.
Damn Skippy.
I want to hear the anyways before we get off here.
Anyways. Hit the anyways. Yeah.
It ain't what your mama said.
If he ain't popping off at the mouth, I'm gonna be his daddy.
Ooh, yeah! Oh dear Lord.
Those were expensive shoes, that diamond is custom made.
This is a Zodiac, and I'm telling you now, meditate, elevate, and dominate. Do it with the Nice Guy Indie Podcast.
Anyways,
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
You guys go on your little
rinky-dink bullshit podcast.
Yeah. We are ridiculous. We are bullshit. But we're a whole lot of great bullshit.